Play PUBG Mobile for free.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need, until you need it.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
play PUBG Mobile for free.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
Welcome everyone to the 2018 PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. We're here for the Asian qualifier. We're here for the semifinals, ready to get things underway. My name is Joel Sophie. Joining with me is going to be Paper Thin. We're excited to get into the events.
This is such an exciting event. The very first PUBG Mobile international competition here will be held in Asia today. I am so excited. There's so many good teams. We have 20 teams competing for 4 spots to get through to the finals, which will be held in Thailand in a couple of weeks, Joel.
And we're going to have 20 teams all together for 3 days in a row. And those teams will be fighting until the end to see exactly where they can go in terms of what they can accomplish. We do have some 3 days of intensive action just ready to unfold in right front of our eyes. So exciting stuff as to what we're going to get for the next 3 days.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've been a fan of PUBG esports at all, this will look pretty similar to you. PUBG Mobile isn't all that different from the actual version of the game in terms of what you will see. The map will be Erangel. You'll see the same guns that you're used to seeing, the SCAR, the M4, the AK, the Kar 98, the UMP. All these guns are in here. You'll see the same utility that you're used to seeing. Grenades, painkillers, first aid kits, med kits, all these things are in this game, so this will feel very similar to the computer version of PUBG.
And we've had some previous tournaments in the past in terms of what we have for PUBG Mobile, but once again, our sponsors coming into this event is going to be Samsung Galaxy Note 9, bringing this event and allowing it to happen all together. So be sure to go on your mobile device, on the Galaxy apps, to just download PUBG Mobile for free and enjoy this game with the rest of us. So 3 different events, and we're going to have completely different turnarounds for every single day here, so we don't know what to expect going into day 1.
Right, you're exactly correct, Joel. There's going to be different teams every day. This isn't like a group stage. This is group stages, so today is Group A. But this isn't like the teams that compete today, you will see them again. They only get 1 day. They get 1 shot at this, and only the top 4 teams out of the 20 will move on to the finals. So let's take a quick look at a video.
And let's go to the VCR to see exactly how the tournament format will be laid out. So we'll be back right after the VCR.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
And all this will be leading up to obviously the World Finals that we know will be a huge event for everybody and that's been playing the PUBG Mobile for this time. So since its release, we've had some various tournaments in the past, but now we're going on to this situation, 3 days of events in the semifinal to see who gets to the finals.
Yeah, exactly correct. It's more of like a regional thing here. We're kind of like a World Cup format almost, right? We're taking teams from all over the world. We're going to bring them together at the end. Of course, 3 teams from Asia. Now, you saw in that infographic that teams from China, Korea, and Japan will not be playing here today. So we'll get teams from places like the Philippines, Vietnam, India, and other countries.
And let's get to the overview in detail to see exactly how this tournament will be run. So as you can see here, Paper Thin, we know 3 days of events are upon us, and FPP, TPP, TPP in that order, all on Erangel for 3 rounds to decide our 4 teams.
Yeah, exactly correct. You got to be a little bit flexible here because you're playing FPP and TPP. Of course, FPP more of a preferred mode in the West. Here in Asia, TPP tends to be a little bit more preferred, but we are playing 1 round of FPP, then 2 of TPP, all on Erangel. So, preparing for today's event, these teams only had to worry about 1 map. We will not be doing Miramar. We will not be doing Sonic, even though Sonic did just come out for PUBG Mobile very recently. So definitely get out there and give that a try, guys.
And you know that 3 days of events, we have 1 day for each group here. It means that 12 teams in total from our 3 days of events will be making it to the grand finals. So furthermore, we do have some other invites that will join the 12 along with the online voting that will round out the 20 altogether that will go over to Thailand to see who's going to make it to the Asia regional finals.
Yeah, right, Joel. So the semifinal teams, of course, coming out today. We'll see the first 4 teams today. Then the invite teams, like you said, there are 4 of those. The online voting teams. So if there's a team that you really liked, you thought they had a cool personality, or maybe they deserve to get to the finals, you can go online and vote for them. Now, if one of those 4 teams that succeeds in the online voting ends up in the top 4 today, tomorrow, or on Sunday, then they will automatically take the 5th place team as the next team to come in. So if you win the online voting and you're a top 4, then they will let another team come in as well.
So that's what the motivation is going to be all about, trying to not give up until the very end. Even if you don't make the 4th place today, even that 5th place might be good enough if the popularity does run that route. So let's look at the rank points of exactly how we're going to calculate the points. Just as same, 500 for first, 395 per second, and it goes down from there. And 15 points per kill. We know that's going to be very action-oriented for our events today.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of points for kills here, so teams definitely going to be rewarded for being aggressive and being on point with their shooting today. 500 points, so it's 105 points between first and second, so definitely those chicken dinners are a very big deal, especially with only 3 matches available to get through. You really need to be on top of your game today, and if you can secure a chicken dinner, you put yourself in a darn good position to be one of those top 4 teams.
And really being the favorites to get to the next event, you have to be at least the top 4. And to get a chicken dinner for 3 rounds that we have available, even all the unique chicken dinner winners that could come from all the 3 rounds, means that you're putting yourself at a much of a security going forward on this one to make it to the finals. So getting a chicken dinner, obviously a big priority, but we know that kills can go a long way as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get 10 kills in a round, and that gives you 150 points. That's more than the difference between first and second place. So that absolutely can help catapult you to the top of the standings.
And let's look at the team profiles of the players and teams that will be participating in our Group A events. And here we are looking at the top 10 things that we should be looking out for. Of course, we have the other 10 waiting in the flanks there, but we do have teams from Philippines, from Myanmar, from Hong Kong, Thailand, India, and a bit of Vietnam as well to round out the first page of lineups.
Yeah, and the cool part is if you're the captain of the team, you get your picture put up here on the team profile and a little star next to your name there. So those are, if you see the pictures there, those are the team captains all vying for one of those 4 spots here today. And like you said, Joel, we're representing a lot of different countries in Asia. On this screen alone, we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different countries. And there's even more. This is only half of the teams. There's 20 teams here today.
And these are the first 10 teams that you will be looking out for. So the other 10 is now going to be featured on the second page. You see more of Thailand, you see more of the Philippines, lots of India, as you can already see, being huge popularity over there in that region of PUBG Mobile's popularity that just arose to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been talking to the India broadcasters a lot about the PUBG Mobile scene in India, and it is thriving there. They said that maybe 30 to 40% of PUBG Mobile players in Asia are from India. So this game is huge there, and you can see they have a big representation. We're also seeing a lot of teams from Thailand today, Joel.
So we're seeing a bit of Southeast Asia, we're seeing a bit of South Asia, but not the real East Asian teams with China, Korea, and Japan not going to be represented in this tournament. It's going to be most about the other Asian countries in that region who wants to thrive in this PUBG Mobile tournament, while we have the separate regions having their own qualification to get to the World Finals in time, but we are going to be focusing on these specific regions today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be really interesting to see which region will kind of come out as the top region in PUBG Mobile. Generally, you see, one country or two kind of start to dominate in a game. And in this case, we've got many, many different countries. I expect to see the teams from India be quite competitive, and the teams from Thailand as well, as they have such strong representation with so many teams here from those areas.
And we know that we have to talk just a little bit before the players get into the lobby, before we get into game number 1, because all the excitement is in the air in terms of who is going to perform. We have no idea. We had a little bit of moments during the scrims as we got to watch a little bit yesterday during our rehearsal, and we got to see some of these players really pull off magnificent plays that we haven't seen really much in PUBG Mobile. So coming into day 1, Group A, a fresh new start for all of us, and really a brand new look at all these teams here, and we really don't know what to expect.
Yeah, definitely, Joe. The competition level in PUBG Mobile is rising exponentially. These teams are getting really, really good. You will see teams pull off stuff that looks very similar to what you will see in the PC version of PUBG. These players are well polished, they practice hard, and they have really found the mechanics in this game and utilize them very well. I am just blown away with how good these players are at the game. I love PUBG Mobile. I play it on the train. I have about a 45-minute train ride to get to my work most days. So it's perfect for me. I can get on the train and play one game. I have just enough time while I'm going there. But these players are so good. I have to like stop and like tap the screen and be like, no. Like, I'm trying to zoom down, but I just hit the wrong button. But these guys are polished, Joel.
I mean, you're playing PUBG with far less keys, but still succeeding at a very high level. And you'll see an example of it once we do get into the first game to see exactly what some of these players are capable of doing. So, you know, we are getting ready to get into game number 1. We talk about the scoring system. We talk about 3 rounds deciding literally who will make it up to the top. So even if you were the best team coming into the semifinals, if you don't perform today, you will not go to the finals.
Yeah, this is going to be fast and furious. You have to show up. You have to be on your game. No excuses. Don't blame luck. You got to play your best PUBG. You got to be nailing your shots. You got to be making the right decisions. You got to be making the right rotations. Yes, there are 20 teams, so the map is going to be a little bit crowded, but it's still Erangel. Everybody knows this map very well. You should kind of have a general idea of what your strategy is coming out of your drop location. We might see a few teams contest each other in their drop locations. We saw a little bit of that during the scrims. We're not exactly sure what they're going to do. They might change up their strategy based on what we saw in the scrims yesterday, but overall, very, very impressive stuff that we've seen so far.
And after getting a bit of an idea of what these players are able to do in some of the cities, they will go to this. But I think we are ready to get into game number 1, guys. Let us open up PMSC with a blast. Let's go into game number 1 to see what Group A has in store for us. And welcome everyone to round 1 FPP on Erangel for Group A action as we are covering this specific 20-team group in this first day of events. We are here at the semifinals of the Asia Regionals, and we're starting off with the flight path starting all the way from Starbar, going very much dip down all the way down to the south, stopping us off the military base.
Yeah, this is a pretty eastern-heavy airplane path here, Joel. It's going to be difficult for some of the teams that want to go to Georgia Pole, Zarki, Primorsk, maybe Gatka. We see teams go to Gatka and kind of split out around those other compounds near Gatka as well. But teams that want to go Novo, Military Base, Milta Power, Pachinki, not too hard to get to. Severny, very easy to get to. But so far, we're not seeing any teams go Severny. Quite a few teams are really looking hard at Georgia Pole or possibly Razakar School as well.
And we got Novo in the mix as well. So lots of these players dropping with their custom parishes. We know how much we appreciate these guys, but coming with number 16 team Flip Switch and starting us off in this garage building where the cars are very abundant to start off the game. He's going to see lots of teams prioritizing these vehicles to make sure they can get to their starting locations on time.
Right, exactly correct. We just got done with RU Noob, a team from Thailand. I really appreciate their name. This is 7676 Gaming moving over to Team 16, who is Flip Switch again. We're bouncing around a lot here, Joel, at the beginning. So far, no action, though. We don't have any shots fired that we've seen, no kills, no knocks. So things are relatively quiet so far, typical of what you expect in competitive PUBG. Teams don't want to fight early because they don't want to lose a member unnecessarily if they can help it.
Yeah, still some of these teams trying to travel to their initial location is going to be the strategy. So we're still looking at 7-6. This player, Plinkis, is going to be trying to see what they can do. We're seeing a little bit of Team Narcos in here with Fluffy as well. So just gearing up his Micro Uzi, getting ready to get the plays underway. And we see Team 8 and Team 11. We're going to see X Gamer go up against Black Suhals and see what happens here. And going to see the first instance here. No weapon being picked up right now.
Yeah, Black Suhal's Am is completely unarmed and doesn't even have any backpack or anything. There is no inventory here for that player. So a little bit of a risky play there running out there. This will be Team Manarmi.
Manarmi just starting off in these sushi houses. We know how significant they are. Great starting location, just going with a lot of loot. And I can picture in a pretty good location to start things on. And we're starting talking about some really good starting location. Here's another one, Sosnovka Military Base being taken by Team 4. That's going to be Alpha Red. We saw a lot of them from scrims yesterday and really being highlighted upon their significant plays all the way through. So the first circle opening up right on the western side, so the eastern plane path going to a Western circle means that we're going to see some pretty heavy travel for this first circle rotation.
Yeah, exactly correct, Joel. It's going to be difficult for those teams that dropped on the Eastern path. They probably felt good about the plane being so far over there, but now they're going to have to make their way over into that circle. So a couple teams that are over in Lapovka wow, Zen with some really nice shooting here.
Goodness.
He might get a whole, oh my gosh, he's got all three members.
Oh my goodness, M16 to the rescue there, and Burst doing so good of a work against Team Seb. We know GJ01 is another team we've been looking out for, and this team was in for a lot of surprise in terms of what they can show us in this very first game. But talk about very first game, starting off with a doomsday for these guys. 3 men knocked away and definitely not going to be able to get rest.
Yeah, DD Carpe Diem is the name of this team. They have a very strong start going here. Only 1 member of GJ left, and he's all on his own in that house. All 3 other members it looked like they were trying to get a vehicle set up to make a rotation outside of Pachinki, but CD capitalizing on that timing to get them down. Looks like Zen wants to go for the finish here. He should be able to get it, and in fact, he does. He will take down Paver there, and now he's looking for that last member.
And you would have to assume that you didn't hear the other members coming in. They're traveling as 3 in Pachinki, not knowing your opponents are nearby. That's going to be a lot of punishment going over to GJ01 to start things off. You don't want to lose out on Pachinki in this manner, knowing that you're probably going to go down in last place if you can't win out this one.
Yeah, at this point, that last member of GJ has to just find a way to survive. He can't engage people for a long time. He really needs to find somewhere to hide and just hope that he can make rotations as the circles start to close, where he can safely find maybe a top 5 position. We occasionally see solo players even squeak out a win. It's very difficult to do, but it's very possible. But Zen trying to get the grenades here onto Danish.
And you see Carpe Omnia, even with getting 3 kills, knowing there's only 1 member left, with all their full squad, still being very passive in the way they approach things. And that's going to be the finish onto our first team, GJ01, not getting the job done. We know every round is so important in this 3-round format, and GJ01 definitely going to be regretting they played a little bit differently.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult when you drop in the same spot as another team, but we've got some more action here between IOD and Army Barakti. They are duking it out, but Barakti on the negative end so far. IOD landing some really nice shots, and that Scar action.
Scar doing so well with the mini, helping out from the side. And you talk about Team 15. Army Baraki is going to be off to a terrible start. As you already see, 3 men knocked away. This seems like deja vu all over again for Pachinki. Now we're seeing this little area and nothing to do if you're Team Baraki. And what are you supposed to do with 1 member left standing?
Yeah, they're trying to find the last member who's in the smoke. Not quite able to get it done so far is IOD. IOD, our only team from Myanmar here today with a very strong start. 2 kills so far, looking to secure this 3rd one onto Moraj 980. And for Team Abarakti, it's going to be very difficult for them.
I'm really appreciating the fact that you're trying to get a pump shotty into this range here through the smoke spot. IOD, they definitely picked up their pieces. They knew exactly what this meant for them. 3 early kills to start things off. You're gonna love that going into this kill-heavy format that we have. So now we're moving a little bit towards Lipovka, and we're seeing Team 9, which is gonna be the Fox Squad, as you can see, initialized as TFS. And you're gonna see what they can do. We're seeing a little bit of Pachinki now, just trying to get away from all things. Talk about this one little player that just barely survived, no mess, just running out of Pachinki.
Yeah, Neat 007 just barely getting away with his wife. Ooh, a little bit of an accident there for Ernie. But that's the last member there for Army Barakti. They are in a very, very tight spot. He has such little health left. I can't imagine things are gonna go too well for him, but who knows, he might be able to pull a miracle out. Meanwhile, Evo's here on the move in a car, just kind of driving, trying to get into the circle and find a location they want. You know, this team here, Black Zoo House, a team from Thailand, wasn't able to really play gatekeeper there. The other team was able to get by relatively unscathed. So
trying to just drive through without any question, that's going to be the case here. So we're going back to Lipovka, where we were focused on the Fox Squad and Jitin King, and obviously coming with the rest of the members coming in from India. Another team from that region to see what they can do. Lots of teals, teams coming up with early kills so far, early knockouts, and really going to 18 teams remaining already in this opening moments here. This first circle is still not done closing, and now we're still moving on to this phase. IOD picking up 3 kills to themselves so far with 3 members. Can be feeling pretty good to move forward.
Yeah, IOD pretty much getting towards the center of the circle here. They don't mind not using vehicles. They're perfectly comfortable just doing this all on foot. They're decently kitted. I saw a few of their members with only level 1 helmets and vests, but some did have level 2. Obviously, you really want that level 2 helmet so you can survive, a headshot from something like an AK or the other, various stronger hitting weapons. Of course, a Kar 98 or an M24 will knock that helmet right off if you have a level 2 and knock you.
And of course, this is the phase where we kind of introduce some of these players and teams that you probably will not be able to know as much. Team 6, Manarmi, we got to see them a little bit earlier in the sushi house, and with their initial looting done, they're just trying to move on to the next phase of things and see what they can do against Evos, because they were in the sights there and just on the other side of that river. And you know that an army just gonna be looking towards that direction. Evos should be aware that someone might be on the cracks there, trying to do the gatekeeping duties where we saw the other teams did not do a little bit earlier. So Evos, with these 4 members, trying to get as many kills as they can in this early game.
Yeah, Evos opting to do a bit of a bridge camp here. They checked the lighthouse first, got the information they needed to make sure that that area was indeed safe. And now they want to take advantage of that 15 points per kill, I believe. They want to take this bridge, hold it, prevent the teams that are on Sosnovka Military Island, which is still in the circle. And in fact, the first circle is closing right now, guys. But this first circle is quite large. Part of Sosnovka is still in this circle. So there are a couple teams hanging out down there. Now, we've got our first drop here, and an AWM comes down. One of my favorite guns, Joel.
I'm just going to be equipped with the suppressor as well. So the sniper will be well equipped with those magnums. And now we're also looking at Kappa Omnia. Picked up a full team wipe, and that last time around Pachinki. And we're still looking towards that direction, and not getting the final member means that they're going to just stick with 4 kills for now and see what else they can make out of it, because it seems like Team 15, Ami Baraki, just barely escaped from that situation a bit earlier. We saw them earlier in that instance. See what they can do. We're also looking at Team 18, Curry Eater. I'm a curry eater myself, paper thin, but we know exactly what they're here for. They're here to eat some really delicious chicken curry is what they're looking for here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of interesting that Curry Eater has opted to take a couple names that are in fact Korean words, Joel. So we know all about this because we live in Korea, and they have a couple members, Ajima and Oppa, which are both Korean words. Oh, but Arnie getting some shots and a nice quick knock here, trying to get that other member down, but Mubalak gets knocked as well.
Has no idea if you are on the side of Team 6. Evos, we were talking about this, scouting around the flanks, trying to see what kills they can get. Picks up another kill here, and that's going to add to their count. 4 total kills, about 60 total points right now, even without the rank points. So that's a good start for Evos, and see what else they can get here. Pretty good start for these guys.
Yeah, a fantastic flank there by the other members of Evos. They were able to distract while Ernie sat at long range and killed the other members of that team. That was really smart on their part to use their vehicles as a distraction and have a sniper in the distance to pick up the team as the confusion came in while they tried to defend their position.
Kappa Omnia knew there was someone else in this mix there. Gonna pick up their 5th kill with Abyss, going on that scouting mission, and to finish off the last member. As we saw from Ami Baraki, now gonna be eliminated once again. 16 teams left already, and we only got to about 12 minutes into this game. Pretty fast-paced action start we have here, Paper Thin. We're gonna see if that continues with this middle run here.
Yeah, this has been very intense so far. This would be the Fox squad, who was in Lipovka to start. They're making their rotation now. They don't mind making a bit of a late rotation, but man, you talk about Carpe Omnia there in Pachinki. They are the kings of Pachinki right now. Anyone who's gone in there with them has met their doom. That is the M249, a very, very strong gun in PUBG Mobile. It has a huge damage potential, a decent fire rate. That would be a very nice pickup for any team that can secure that.
And we know that the recoil control is a bit better, and you can use your fingers to just swipe down when you do need it. So M249, everybody's gonna love that gun in PUBG Mobile. So whoever picks that up will definitely be collecting a lot more kills from there. And we'll looking at some other teams now, Alpha Red, along with X Gamer in the mix as well. Now the traveling does happen with the closing of this circle, this blue circle. kind of extending over more towards the west now. In the circle, more and more as we go, it's going to be more towards that western part of the Erangel, meaning that the teams do still have to do a lot more travel here.
Yeah, this is Team India, of course, from India, as you would assume with that name. They've set up in Gatka. They're pretty well positioned in this new circle. The circle did go pretty heavily to the west here, so it's centered around Gatka and Quarry. Stretches up just to the bottom part of Georgia Pole and down into Primorsk. So now the teams on Sosnovka Military Island are going to have to make their way in. Most of the teams have already done that, but there is one member of Black Sioux House that's hanging out on Sosnovka Military Base while the rest of their team is up on the main part of the island by farm. So kind of an interesting strategy for them. Whoa, big jump here from ASN. Oh no!
ASN, just gonna get out of the car and trying to see what they can do against TFS here. The Fox Squad waiting in the flanks, and we're gonna see the action come up. But ASN cannot get the shots through. We're gonna see the counter on the other end. Who's gonna win out this one? The TP28 into the rescue, trying to get as many kills as they can. ASN pretty successful in this invade, and TFS suffers quite a bit here.
Yeah, TFS getting punished for making a late rotation here. They did not quite find the right spot that they needed, and ASN took advantage of this. It's difficult to be the team that comes in late to the circle. The other two members of the Fox Squad here trying to find their way down the mountain and out of the red zone. But it's difficult when you make a late rotation because other teams have already set up position and they have the defender's advantage.
And we're also looking at the finish coming in from ASN, gets the res up, and he's going to have all 4 members to work with. And meanwhile, it seems like the Fox Squad has some defensive strategies to work with, but all separated meant that they were not going to maximize their firepower. And Team ASN getting hold of that compound that Fox Squad had a little bit earlier. So it means that ASN is going to be very happy with what they were to pick up 2 kills along with this compound.
Yeah, absolutely. ASN here just south of the mountain by Georgia Pole, so north of Gatka, west of Ruins here, able to secure 2 kills for them. That's 30 points, a nice little start for them. The other members of the Fox Squad possibly looking for a little revenge here. This is Dalchisk. I like that name, Dalchisk, looking for some revenge here. These guys are from India as well. So like we said earlier, there are a lot of teams from India here today. He's got the AK, he's got a lot of good equipment. He's got the level 2 helmet and vest. The DP does a ton of damage. It's a great gun to have in this situation. They're looking to push on to ASN here, or possibly maybe wait it out. We'll see.
I think the latter would be a little bit more recommended going 4v2 in this scenario. Talking about going 4v2, Autobot having a really tough time. Autoloot is going to lose 1 member off the vehicle, and the other member just trying to make it in. And you look at Evos going towards API. What an accident here coming into this play here, and Evos gonna find all of these kills here, and we're gonna see number 10, number 4. You can see on the minimap having an absolute chaos going into the team fight.
Yeah, APR getting just blasted here. Another member down.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, that's 3 knocks for APR. They're trying to find a way to survive. They only have 1 member left. Evos has 1 member knocked as well. They're throwing the smoke. Try to get that res going. Ernie, we saw make those nice shots earlier, trying to find his way into this action. JZ looking up the stairs, but there is, I believe the last member of APR is up those stairs. Yeah, Nawin is up there. So JZ trying to buy time and distract while they res their teammate.
And Evo's doing a very good job of invading in and make sure they only lose X onto that knock, and will probably get the res up in time. They threw that smoke down for a reason. So going against APR here, it seems like they're ready to go and try to throw those frag grenades 1 by 1, and that should do enough harm towards Nawin, who's going to get damaged by the first one, and the second will come through, and that's going to be the finish going towards APR.
Yeah, Evos with a very nice defense there. APR in a bit of a difficult position. They were getting shot as they were trying to make the rotation, forced to try to find some kind of cover. And here comes TFS looking for their revenge.
Are you serious? ASN came in with the invasion a little bit early. This is what happens when you feel a little bit more comfortable than you should. And just going through, once again, the kill coming through towards Daljisk, and we're going to see this TP28 do some work here. Tyrone on a good angle could get this entire squad wipe up. ASN, they don't know where they're getting hit from.
Yeah, this is so difficult for ASN to defend. Great positioning here from TSS, rolling around this building, constantly changing positions, never letting ASN get a firing lane set up. Really impressive stuff by them.
Oh, look at this coming in from Team 3, Hong Kong Skill Stream. I'm gonna have all the members here just on that one vehicle, trying to come up to starboard, but that was a little bit of a cheeky move that didn't happen through. So all the way through. We're looking at Autoloot just putting a good defensive stance on this little building in the middle of the map, and the circle closes in once again a little bit towards central this time, as you can see from the minimap. So Gatka still included, and we're gonna see Autoloot see what they can make already in the circle, see what their best defensive position is.
Yeah, absolutely. Team India very happy about this. They don't have to move again. They've got a very nice compound secured for themselves. Autoloot doesn't have to move too much. They could try an edging strategy here. Make sure you clean your flanks. But this is Flip Switch looking to defend this Autoloot push.
To have a full squad waiting in line, Autoloot, I don't know if they're going to be able to have the audio hints to see if they're going to be coming up here, but it seems like Autoloot is a little bit too curious for their own likings, and you can see them striking on the other way, but we see FS getting the first knock here. Jude goes down, and Autoloot going to find a lot of counter kills going to the other way, and On is trying to be the savior here, trying to get all the kills as he can go through, just trying to first aid up, trying to go for the second round of this fight, but we see Tonsana just on the housing, trying to see what he can get with this mini 14, but otherwise we see lots of blood shed on both sides here.
Yeah, he's got to get up there and help his team. Silodrome went a little too far out, and that caused Fishy to try to defend him as he got knocked. Here comes Snowward, looking to try to get some smokes down and get some reses. Silodrome has to get over this hill. Both teams opting to play defensive here, but if On can land these grenades, this could spell doom for Fox Squad. Here we go.
Fox Squad just trying to see what they can survive through, and trying to get the res up will be their first priority before getting back into this fight. Autoloot already see all the res is coming through. Obviously with Bomb already having gone down, they can go for this fight, try to initiate another attack, but FS, the Fox Squad, just waiting things out to see if they can get a better opportunity here, just going back to their houses, trying to see what defensive stance they can take over here in this.
Fishy's caught out a little bit. And I'm sorry, this isn't Fox Squad. There's two FS teams. This is Flip Switch.
Oh, it's Flip Switch, you're right.
I know, there's two FS teams, so a little bit confusing there. This is Flip Switch. They managed to get all their players back, as does the opposing team here. So both teams coming out of this just a little bit scathed, but we're gonna move over to one of my favorite named teams, Hong Kong Skillstream, in a bit of a duel here at long range. Not too much doing so far. Dream taking some shots, landed a few, but not much going on here.
And really not much attention given to that building, into the Harry Potter building right in the middle of nowhere. Not going to be accounted for, and we're going to see Evos picking up so many kills already. See what they can do from the defensive stand. We're going back to the action between Autoloot and this time the Flip Switch, as we were talking about, and see what they can make through. He sees that On just getting a little bit patient into what his next move ought to be. Just kind of communicating out with his teammates. Now we're going to see Run Noob coming in. RU Noob is going to be the one to really make the new stands here, trying to join in this party a little bit late, but what are they going to get? Are they going to find out? The opponent's going to be nearby.
Yeah, they're trying to make a rotation into a deeper part of the circle, looking for a secure location. Autoloot and Flip Switch are still fighting, so they were able to get by both of those teams unscathed. Autoloot still looking to try to push Flip Switch out of this position. They will need to rotate, most likely, depending on the next circle, both teams. So Autoloot trying to find the opportunity, but Flip Switch opts to get out of the vehicle. Oh, some nice shots there by On.
The M16 doing work right there and trying to see the escape plan coming in from Flip Switch. Only going to lose one member for now, but what a great shot coming in from Bank, just going on the M16, on the snipe, on a moving vehicle. And you see that Flip Switch is going to lose a little bit more here, coming in from the other end. You see that RU Noob is going to be helping out with that, and Flip Switch, absolute disaster as they try to make the exit.
Yeah, absolutely. RU Noob, a little bit fortunate in their rotation there. That Autoloot and Flip Switch were fighting, so they can get this position. They get another knock and I believe a kill onto Flip Switch, but a member of the other team there, RU Noob, was not. So we're back with CO, a team that has 6 kills already. The owners of Pachinki, they will have to find their way soon. Oh no, they will not. They're in the circle. They're on the Gatka logo there. Very nice. So they are now in charge of Gatka. The circle has gone a little bit northwest here. There's quite a bit of time now to rotate. There's still a minute before the circle starts to close, but a couple teams are outside of the circle. X-Gamer, Curry, India are all a little bit, I'm sorry, that's not India, that is IOD, that is a little bit outside of the circle here, 7-6 as well, so this could get very tight. There's still 14 teams alive.
And we know that the more the movement you make, you have to be a little more cautious into making these plays a little bit of a possibility. We see RU Noob after getting that first knock, just gonna look towards what else they can get. And FS, Flip Switch, having a tough time here, just getting the automatic kill over towards auto loot here. But otherwise, Argentina just trying to look for this instance here, see what they can get right on the edge. As you do say, but then they do have to move out just a little bit before they can make themselves into the circle in Gaka.
Yeah, they're boosting up, getting ready for that push that they will need to make. The Fox squad now, the other FS team, they're making their rotation here. They are, looks like they're on a buggy. If I'm guessing with that position that that player is in, it looks like he's on the back of a buggy here. They are trying to rotate in. There's still 13 teams alive. We had another team knocked out in the meantime. This is Team Narcos. I like that name, good show.
Really, Team Narcos versus Curry Eater was going to be the situation there, but now we still see DP28 being charged up and trying to go for the shots towards all you knew, but really not getting the shots where needed there. And it seems like Evo's trying to collect a little few more pieces there. The Car 98 does not connect the first time around, and the second time is going to be accounted for. And Evo's already picking up 8 kills, going to be one of the heavy favorites in this good position to pick up this chicken dinner winner in this first round of play. Just going to be shooting through the door, see what he can get.
Yeah, we've got two teams fighting over there, the 7-6 Gaming and Black Zoo House, trying to take this location that is in the circle to the southeast of Gatkin here. A push, Blink's defending with the up, but he's taking a lot of damage here from the Bloodhound.
Oh,
He comes into the window. Wow, great timing there.
7-6-6, you had to be a little bit more reactive there, and we see the complete invasion being so successful for that team that just went in. Evo's still looking out through the windows to all 4 sides to see what they can get. Auto loot, you already see them right on the blink of that circle. Blue circle may be shrinking in very, very soon here, so we have to wonder on what these 3 members are going to be able to do on their next movement, just right on the edge. Seems like Team 12 right in front of us, so Team Narcos is the team they have to get through.
Yep, they're in the circle for now, but it won't be for much longer. Another minute and 30 before the next circle closes. The circle has moved to the eastern portion, so not a lot of real estate left in this circle. Evo's having a lot of that real estate. We saw that player earlier. And also, Black Zoo House has some real estate in there. So a couple teams already kind of finding their way in and have, you know, some setup positions that they can use, but a lot of other teams are trying to move in. There's a lot of teams outside of the circle. You know, we have Hong Kong Skill Stream still out there. The Fox squad is out there. There's a lot of teams that are trying to make their win. As you can see, there's 11 teams left, and this is getting to be a very small circle without much in the way of buildings to utilize.
Okay, the circle is going to be closing within that 1 minute mark. We get to see Team India gonna try to get some kills here. Nova starts it off, but does get knocked on the other end, and we're going to see this team on Team 11 to go up against Team India to see who comes out up on top. Assassin goes down. Last man in the remaining is going to be Smixkey. See what he can do with that DP28, but all of them, remember, already down. He has to go for the res, but I wonder if he has the time to do so.
Yeah, it's getting close to the point where the circle is going to start to close. Only 30 seconds, and of course, a res takes about 10 seconds to pull off. So this will be very quick for them. They have to do this very, very fast if they want to get into the circle in time, but it's going to be really dangerous. They have CO moving up on them from the north.
And now we're going to see finally Team Narcos trying to make the movement up as the circle is going to be closing within the 10 seconds mark. And you're going to see Hong Kong, see what they can do with Twin just in the flanks there, still a little bit outside the circle. Means he has to encroach in just a little bit, but I think he's looking towards IOD, see what opportunities they can get from the flanks. And you see also Fox Squad just waiting in the air flanks as well. Team India still moving on with their plays here, trying to see what other kills they can get, but it's going to be the knockout coming towards Team India all the way through. A very good effort getting the res up, but still they're going to be eliminated in this round.
Yeah, CO goes down in that exchange as well. Both teams kind of dealing damage to each other there. Not really the best position for CO. They were down to only a couple members left, but they did get quite a few kills so far, as we got a brief view of it there, but we didn't get to stick on it too far. 6 kills for Auto Loot. They're having a nice little round here. Curry, though, getting 2 members here knocked by Auto Loot. Auto Loot in the blue, trying to find their way in, throwing some smokes on the ground to protect themselves from the crossfire from the other teams.
And trying to see what they can do from this instance. Auto Loot just proning down. And to see with the other teammate just trying not to die to the blue is going to be their first priority. Does get the first aid up in time. We have to see Jown and the other members from Auto Loot to see what they can get. It's either outside of blue. No one's going to be scanning in there right now. 6 teams left remaining, 17 players in total. You're going to see Hong Kong versus Autoloot in this instant, taking shots left and right here.
Oh, a member of Autoloot gets taken down. Hong Kong Skill Stream trying to pick up another hill. Bank goes down, but he knocks a member of Hong Kong Skill Stream as well. A nice fight so far. Curry looking to get some more action. There's Ernie with those long range guns. Oh my goodness. Did he just do that?
Incredible.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it was another, okay. I don't think it was him who got those shots, but it looked like he might have landed those.
Well, Ernie got the finish off kill onto Curry, so that's going to be the most important thing for now in Evos. They're going to try to see with the 16 kills they've already got, with a full squad, with only 3 teams remaining, they are looking like the favorites as they already were from the very beginning of the game here. They're going to be going against Team Knuckles. They're going to be the big rivals here with RU Noob only having 2 other members remaining. So 2 full squads with another Team RU Noob, half a squad remaining for them. See if Evos can get the job done.
Yeah, a great position here for Evos. They have the circle, they have the defender's advantage. The other teams have to push it. Team Narcos does not have a bad position at all as long as they don't get caught in a crossfire here, maybe lose a member or 2 to RU Noob, who has only 2 members left. They got to try to play the waiting game, the survival game here. Everybody being patient now. We're getting down to these last 3 teams. So this is a very tight situation. Anybody's game, but Evos with 16 kills so far, 0 kills. Or Team Narcos, who are still in it, but they're getting caught in the blue. They're making a very late rotation here.
And really, you can't underestimate the damage coming from the blue at this point in the game. We know exactly what's going to happen. All you knew is going to start off some kills and play zone kills off Fluffy. And we're going to see an easier situation for Evos, who had a really splendid game all the way through. All you need is just going to be waiting in the sun and see what they can get. But more about it's going to be Evo trying to finish up this game and see if they can get this first place.
Yeah, they're dominating right now. Evo's Jay-Z trying to get that finish onto the Narcos member Almond. X here trying to cover him. He does, in fact, pick up that kill. It is only a few players left here. All 4 members of Evo still up. And I believe it's just Mitsuru left for Team Narcos, who does not have a kill, but they will get themselves a 2nd place. And yes, that will be it. Team Evos with the first chicken dinner here.
Evos coming in very, very strong on this very first round of the game. Coming in from Thailand with Bullshot X and Jay-Z along with Ernie, and that's a lot of kills. I don't even know if I can count that high right now. 23 kills, it seems like, from my quick calculation. Yeah. And that is absolutely insane. If you're looking at a 3-round format, that round 1 should be good enough to really get them all the way to the finals already.
I mean, that's insane. That's so many points. The standings are going to be super interesting. Not a lot of other teams got a ton of kills. We saw another team, I believe it was CO, with like 8 kills. We saw another one with 6 kills. But 23 kills in the first round, that is asserting your dominance here. Evos absolutely proving that they might be the best team here today. That, I mean, no other team is even really close to what they did.
And really, the camera has been all on Evos the entire game because of their continuous action that they produce, vary from the dropper coming up from Pachinki. And we know exactly how they pick up the kill onto all of the squads that are coming in. 1 at a time come in, but that's more and more kills going towards Evos. And eventually, 20+ kills going with that first place in this 3-round format. They're going to feel so good. But let's go to the highlights so you see exactly how Evos picked up that first round victory. Incredible plays coming in from all the teams here, but Omnia, we saw some bright start from these guys from the very beginning of the game right onto Pachinki here.
Yeah, Zen with a nice use of the burst fire there on the M16. And here's Ernie, who had 9 kills in this round, doing work with the M16 at long range. He already had a level 3 helmet at that point, so they had even picked up a crate. Now, Evo's just so aggressive here, pushing onto APR, a team that we saw do well in the scrims. And unfortunately for them, they did get taken out by Evos there. Autoloot had a pretty decent round here as well, able to put some pressure onto Flip Switch, and eventually I think they were able to come out ahead in that fight. CO trying to push onto Team India, who kind of just was sitting around most of the game. CO with a lot of kills themselves. India able to defend this pretty well, but I believe both teams kind of knocked each other out at this point.
It really was. They were fighting outside the blue, and you know you can't stay in there for too long. Evos collecting the kills more and more as the game went on, and it was continuous efforts from these guys that really accumulated to that 20+ kills in the end. We know Team India and the other guys, they tried to do what Team Evos did, but we know they definitely have been outsnatched all the way through in this round 1.
Yeah, I mean, Evo's 20 plus kills gives you over 300 points just from kills alone. That's basically as good as a 4th place finish on top of their chicken dinner. That's insane. I can't imagine now that they aren't going to get through. I mean, it's just hard to imagine that happening unless there's some kind of complete disaster.
And we have to see if Team Evos comes back in round 2 and does it once again, because it seems like just skill-wise, they do the right things and they outmaneuver their opponents. And this is the reason why they picked up their chicken dinner a little bit easy in terms of our eyes looking towards Team Narcos, who basically did nothing to get to that 2nd place, does get a full squad up there, but was no match for Team Evos, who was so aggressive even to the very end.
Yeah, Narcos just making very good, safe rotations, nothing wrong with that, putting themselves in a strong position as well. But if Evos continues to dominate like this, it will be very interesting to see what happens in the positions below them, fighting for those 2nd, 3rd, and 4th places, because the points will be very close.
But that's going to be it for the first round, guys. Team Evo showing dominance here. We're going to go to round 2, but before then, let's go to a short break, and we'll be right back with the 2nd part of our tournament. We're going to be right back after this.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
Welcome back everyone to 2018 PMSC. We're back after that round one was such a dominating performance coming in from EVOs. We knew some of these teams will rise up to the occasion, but to this extent, I really didn't expect that all the way through.
Yeah, I didn't expect someone to come out here right away and put on such a dominating performance. 23 kills in one game of PUBG for a team at this high of a level is very difficult to do. So EVOS really establishing their dominance. We saw a few other teams do really well. One player I was really keeping my eye on from EVOS was Ernie, doing such amazing work at long range for the team. He was doing it with a Mini 14 and an M16. So clearly this guy is their sniper. He's also their team leader. I'm really excited to see what he's got in store for us going forward.
I mean, when the team leader sets the example by action, that's when your teammates can follow suit and collect all those kills that will accumulate to that 20 plus that they got in this very first round. And we know that's going to put them way high up in the standings. We'll get to the standings a little bit later, but still seems like EVO's literally unstoppable after what we saw from the round number one.
Yeah, can't say enough about that. That was so fun to watch them just absolutely smoke those teams. We saw a few other impressive plays. CO doing a very good job holding Pachinki. They did kind of falter in that push against Team India at the end where both teams just basically wiped each other out. You know, Team Narcos pulling out second place by playing safe and passive. RU Noob with third place. They had a few kills in there, but also playing a very strong rotation game. RU Noob taking very good advantage of the vehicles. They were positioning themselves very well. They were making strong rotations, often safe and very rarely taking damage.
We're gonna mention once again our sponsors featuring this event, Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Once again, being our sponsors for this event, be sure to go to Galaxy apps and download PUBG Mobile for free. And that's gonna be once again our enjoyment for this event and furthermore. And Samsung Galaxy Note 9 doing this wonderful job for us to make sure we can bring the event over to you guys. But for the meantime, Team EVOS, we don't know what to expect from them. After that game one, can we expect just same going to round two?
I would hope so. I mean, I think if you're a team that's that strong in the opening game, it's hard to imagine that you're just going to fall apart the next couple games, especially when a lot of the other teams that came through in second, third, fourth place didn't have nearly as many kills. Because normally in competitive PUBG, you'll see the top teams kind of have about the same amount of kills.
But in regards to that, let's get to the standings exactly where we stand after round one to see what the other teams have to do. And here we are looking at the second half of the standings, starting off with Black Zoo House and ending up with Black 01. These are the teams that need to put up a little bit of a swagger in round number two to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, a couple of disappointing finishes there from some teams that we saw during the scrims that were doing well. GJ and Alpha Red among them. Those were two teams we really had our eye on here. You know, Black Zoo House not doing too bad there. They had a couple good moments, but they had some weird rotations there. They had one of their members who kind of got trapped on Sosnavka Island, so they got split up a little bit. So an 11th place finish for them. Let's move on to the top 10 here, and of course,
oh my God. more than double of Hong Kong's skill stream, which is standing at second place, along with Autolu. You see that Team Knockouts, even though they ended up in second place, 0 kills, meant that they were just going to start with that 395 after round 1. Means that they need to put more kills on the board. But if they can do this over and over again, 3 rounds, Team Knockouts, 0 kills, if they can get second place every single time, that still should be good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Autoloot and Hong Kong skill stream jumping up in the standings because of their kills. RU Noob was 3rd place, but that's all they got. They got no kills. I was wrong. I thought they had a couple kills there, but they in fact do not really get any. But what's good news is if you're in the bottom half of the standings is the fact that EVOS came out and absolutely destroyed everyone. The point differential isn't that substantial, and you are still very much into this tournament.
And just an immense amount of difference from basically EVOS and the rest of the pack here, trying to just catch up here. But really about catching up, you're just trying to get to that 2, 3, 4 slot that is really available, trying to get to the finals in time. It doesn't matter if you get first, it doesn't matter if you get fourth, as long as you're in the top 4 by the end of today, that's all you really need to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need. So a lot of room for these teams to work. There isn't that big of a difference. Unless you're blackout, you got 0 points. That's a very large gap that you're going to close, even with a chicken dinner and a very good round. Now, of course, EVOS proved that you could score over 800 points in one round. If you had asked me before the tournament, I would have said, maybe one team, maybe they're really, really good. And there was one team that was really, really good, but I didn't expect a team to come out here with 23 kills to start, Joel.
I didn't even think that 845 points would be possible for 3 rounds combined together. So, you know, we're in this situation where EVOS literally showed they are a class of their own and really untouchable by the other teams right now. So about the other teams, the other 19 teams trying to get to that other 3 slots, see what strategy they take, a little bit of a different approach going to round number 2.
Yeah, exactly correct. They're going to have to find some new ways to get ahead. I think CO can kind of keep doing what they're doing. Man Pachinki, hold that position down, utilize the fact that Pachinki is in the center of the map, so a lot of times you're not going to have to make those early rotations. Because really, we're going to be focusing on all the other teams other than EVOS. Yes, of course, EVOS is in first place, so they get some attention. But now, because they've come out to such a dominating start, we have to focus on these other teams that are in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th through the 10th positions.
And really, everything's still up in the air in terms of all the teams, even all the way down to the 20th place spot right now. If they have a big round in this round number 2 and continue that into round number 3, definitely would be good enough for them to go on to the finals. So no team should be giving up at this point.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. There's no reason to give up. It's only 3 rounds, so that make it feel like if you get last place in a round that you're out of it. That's not actually true. It's the opposite that's true. You have the chance to come back if you have a couple of strong rounds to finish. And especially with EVOS starting out so far ahead, it leads the rest of the field very wide open. I mean, it wasn't even 200 points between 2nd place and 10th place there. It was less than that. So very much everything is still in play. Every team's still in this, so you got to give it your all.
So you got to talk about some other teams that would have done a little bit better if they made some better decision movements. Talk about a better movement in terms of going a little bit earlier into that blue and trying to avoid those shots coming through. Because we saw a lot of players dying to the blue just because of miscalculation as to how much damage they would take. Yeah,
I think you're absolutely right. There were a couple teams that opted for that vulture strategy where they sit in the blue zone and take damage. I believe it was the Fox squad who dropped into Lipovka and spent a long time. They ended up losing 2 members because of that. Now, their other 2 team members ended up getting revenge and wiping the team that took those 2 members, but in the end, that ended up not putting them in a strong position to have a top 5 finish like they maybe could have if they had all 4 members alive.
And for the other teams that are already in the top 5, they're looking for this opportunity to maybe be a little bit more aggressive, not be happy enough with just the fact that they are sitting in the top 5. They need to continue on round 2 and round 3 to make sure they continue on to rack up their rank points, along with the kill points as well, because some of the teams in the top 5 were not necessarily due to kills.
Yeah, absolutely correct, right? We saw that, even though RU Noob placed 3rd, they did not end up in that top 4 position. So they need to turn it around. They need to find a way to get kills. I think the teams that I'm really going to be focused on here is especially CO. That was the team that really impressed me early on in this match. Their rotations were very good. They got in a bit of a tough fight with Team India, who had a defender's advantage. They were trying to find a location inside of the circle that was secure. They had a lot of members up. They were feeling confident, just didn't quite work out for them. But it was very close to being a very beneficial situation for them.
Team Copper Omnia starting off in Pachinki, wiping out an entire squad, moving through the circle more and more, but fighting with India at the end. That wasn't the best decision making in my opinion. So if you want to make better decisions along the way, especially in the mid game, to make sure you can get your full squad into the late game with a lot of pressure under your hands, that should do Carpe Omnio do a very good job. Maybe another chance for them to really be viable for that chicken dinner in round 2.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think if they take a page out of Team Narco's book, play a little safer there at the end. There's no reason to necessarily fight teams if you don't have to. You know, sometimes, yes, it does pay off to be confident and to know when you can make a push. And in this situation, they were trying to capitalize on the fact that Team India had just fought another team in that location. They heard the shots. They knew that Team India had taken some damage. But it turns out that Team India didn't take quite as much damage maybe as they thought, and they ended up paying the price for trying to take that position.
Risk versus reward is what we've been always talking about, but I think we are ready to get into the round number 2 here, guys, for Group A. So it seems like after EVOs take that dominating performance, let's see if they can do it again. Let's go on to game number 2. And here we are once again in the flight. Round 2, TPP. This time around on Erangel, just the same. Evo's gonna be highlighted, as you can already see, with X already getting off this plane here. The flight path starting off from Zaki, going all the way down to Minutes of Power. So starting up pretty strong in this pretty conventional flight path. What do you expect here, Faberthan?
I expect a little bit of the same. It's not significantly different, you know, from that flight path in a lot of ways. The only difference is if you're dropping Georgia Pole or Zarki, it's a lot easier to get there. Otherwise, those other locations on the west-hand side of the map, Primorsk, Ferry Pier, that kind of thing, is going to be a little more difficult, as well as going to Sosnovka Island if you want to go to the military base. It's going to be a bit of a hike to get there. You're probably going to want to grab a vehicle somewhere and make your way over there.
And it was a lot easier last time around to get those vehicles and trying to go over to Sosnovka military base, as it was mostly an eastern flight path. But this time around, just conventional. It means that the players will be landing up on these hills, trying to see what they can make. Menami and starting us off in this observation, and we're gonna get obviously the cars are gonna be prioritized here. All you noob coming up in one of the high standings, but very little kills to show for themselves. So see if they become a little more aggressive this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that utilizes vehicles well, at least so far. So we'll see if that can continue. GJ opting to not drop in Pachinki this time. They go to Zarki instead. After getting wiped by CO so early, they don't feel confident about trying to take that position from CO, and I think very wisely deciding to go to Zarki instead. But there are so many teams in Georgia Pole, including our Game 1 winners, EVOs. That's a very populated area, and we're getting our first circle here, guys. It will be towards the southeastern part of the map, kind of centered around the farm.
We'll get to see that once the map does appear on the screen. But as for the meantime, we look at this rank 1, rank all the way down to 5. And DD Carpe Omnia is going to be the one highlighted here. They were really strong to start off, right around Pachinki, wiping out an entire team, but could not turn that into success. It was this team on the other end of things, Team India, who really halted them back. So we'll see some better decision making by some of these players, a little adaptation coming in after that round 1. They knew exactly how to take this the last time around. So this time around, with this new flight path, should be a different approach for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely correct. I think we're going to see a lot more passivity than we did in that last game. We had a pretty steady amount of action in that last game, which you don't always see in competitive PUBG. But this time, teams are finding out what their opponents' tendencies are and what their strategies are, and they're adapting to it. Because, like I said, in the last game, you don't want to fight teams early on. You want to try to get towards the end of the game with all 4 members left to give you the best chance of securing that chicken dinner. Now, one thing I thought about from that last game is that it was FPP. And what's interesting is EVOS is a Thailand team. Thailand very well known for their FPP play. But let's move over here to Flip Switch, who has got long-range S12K there. A little bit of an interesting decision-making here from Little Fishy, but the other members moving into this house as well.
And talk about the 2 FS teams that got us confused a little bit in this round number 1, but it's going to be the Fox Squad versus Flip Switch in Lipovka, just on the edge of this first circle that came in. You see the Fox Squad still very proactively going for this farming, and you see more of the kind of passivity coming in from the Flip Switch side and just trying to look for the observation to see what they're going to get. You see the the round 1 winners. Evo's so dominant on the last time around. They're going to just dominate South Georgia Pool and just going to really dominate the field, see if they can do it once again here in round 2.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got control of that area in South Georgia, kind of, past the bottom 6 and that kind of thing. They're more to the south there. So nobody really willing to contest them. I don't blame anybody, but a member of Flip Switch does get knocked. So both of the FS teams kind of punishing us casters by dropping in the same location. But, FS taking some serious damage. Fox Squad moving in. They smell blood.
Fox Squad, after getting those first 2 knocks, they know what to do after this one. Just go man mode, trying to go up on the melee and trying to see what they can get in terms of getting that finish. Seems like the Fox Squad will be very happy with this Lipovka win and see what they can get here. See more and more knocks coming through here.
Yeah, they're trying to find. Oh
no.
Wow. Oh no. Fishy taking out his teammate with a grenade there. That is devastating for Flip Switch. Oh, okay. But now Frankie gets knocked by that S12K. They're trying to find the way up the stairs. Very difficult to push here. Trying to get into that last room to take out the final member of Flip Switch. They're inching up there. It's very difficult. He's really low on health, though. Let's see if Taran can finish this off. Oh, not quite. He gets knocked himself.
That's an unfortunate situation for the Fox Squad. In the end, we do see all these members surviving, trying to just get the job done, but really making it difficult is going to be Flip Switch. It's just not going to give up so easily, and you can already see little Fishy just trying to swarm around these flanks, trying to get the finish off the kills. And really, Dodgers just trying to help out with that as well, but TFS had a really easy squad wipe coming up, but didn't become as easy as expected.
Yeah, Fishy making a smart move by exiting the building and getting out of there. He was completely outnumbered in that building. I think he absolutely made the correct decision. Here's Ernie, our monster with 9 kills from the first game. Fishy hiding behind a door, wisely trying to find some way to get through this. The other members, okay, he's got a member knocked outside there. Frankie is knocked outside. He's gonna probably try to finish that kill here. Frankie was, my gosh, he wasn't knocked, he was prone.
He was just laying in the grass, just waiting to go for the kills right away. And Frankie, he's the one to really finish off the kills here. And TFS finally get the kills they were looking for. Survives all the members, and they are still well in Lipovka. Trying to go for the next move now and see what they can do.
Yeah, so that will be it, I believe, for Flip Switch this game. It will be Evos looking to try to keep RU Noob from rotating into them, getting any shots. They're trying to make their rotation themselves. They got to get this car rolling. They got to start moving into the new area. There's not a lot of time left before this circle starts to close. They're going to pop the tires there to prevent RU Noob from being able to utilize those vehicles to make their rotation.
And you see that Evos is not going to waste any time with the time that they have, just trying to be proactive at all moments. Starting from the early game all the way to the late, and we knew that is what contributed him to a victory last time around. So once again, traveling in this vehicle, all 4 at the same time. This might not be the most proactive thing that we see Evos do, but still gonna get that information that nobody will be around safely. They will make it over to the hospital, see if they can get to the next circle in time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's dangerous to move all 4 players in one vehicle for a lot of reasons. Obviously, you can lose your whole squad in a rotation. On top of that, you want to have more than one vehicle available to you as you make later rotations. It's safer. You can also use those vehicles to set up defensive perimeters and barriers that you can use to your advantage later on in the game.
And it's important for all these teams that are trying to make the proactive moves forward as the circle is going to be opting a little bit towards the south east as far as we can see it. So ASN, we saw them a little bit struggle the last time around in round number 1, coming into round number 2. Looking a little bit better. It's trying to just maintain all the members. Going to be the first priority, obviously. And we're going to see Autoloot trying to do the same right around Pachinki, see what they can do.
Yeah, here's Curry Eaters, who had a decent round last game. They're trying to find their way in as well. They've got, we've got all 4 members up. Nobody really around them. They're not in too much danger at all. They are on the northeastern edge of the circle, north of Lipovka, so they've just made their way in now. X Gamer here, we didn't hear a lot from them in the last game. We saw them a couple times, but didn't get too many highlights from them. In fact, there weren't many teams. There were a lot of teams that just got blanked on kills because there were a couple teams that just did so much, especially Evos, obviously.
And obviously, X Gamer just already in the circle, don't have to move around too much here. We can see Manami, see what they can do. See Abdullah so he's going to be in the flanks along with the rest of his teammates, already within the circle, just right next to X Gamers, meaning that no real movement needed for them to move on here. It seems like Copper Omnia taking Pachinki once again, really unrivaled this time around. They're gonna just have all the city to themselves, the entirety of the route, and they're gonna just really have a lot of time to think about what their next phase is gonna be.
Yeah, absolutely. Last game, we saw them be perfectly content to hang out in Pachinki until they were forced to move. I don't expect them to do anything too different here. They seem very comfortable at defending Pachinki. They seem to know the layout of the city very well. We do have a crate drop, though, in the dead center of the map, just to the east of Pachinki. Right now, CO is actually the closest team to it if they felt like going for it, but there is a red zone on them as well, so they may opt to just kind of wait a little bit, and they've got RU Noob making a rotation to the north of them here. So RU Noob's going to be in a little bit of a predicament here if they get hit by one of these rockets that comes down from the red zone. But fortunately, they have more than one vehicle, so it won't be too much of a disaster.
We're going to see what they do. We'll see Menami just still staying around this hut, and also Copper Omnia. They're going to be here as well in Pachinki. Not going to move it a single inch from their current compounds. We saw a little bit earlier coming in from X Gamer. They were trying to move from house to house, trying to get closer to the center circle. When the next one opens up, it will vial them a little bit better to get better prepared for the next time around. But it seems like, for the meantime, Menami just waiting for that next circle to open up to plan their next strategy through, because for the meantime, nothing really to do, no one really around them, and just really scouting out the case just in case anyone comes through.
Yeah, absolutely. Not much they need to do there. This is Team Fox Squad, the kings of Lipovka right now. They won their battle against Flip Switch, and now they're just cleaning out the rest of the loot, getting everything they can. They do have a level 3 helmet here, so looking good for G10 King, who, you know, they had a good engagement with Flip Switch there. I believe they still have all 4 members alive, so really nice stuff for them. Pac, I didn't see this. Noob Ice, I'm gonna call him Pac, but I'm not sure. He got knocked. Must have been a vehicle accident?
Could have been. No one really around. They're just gonna get the res off just fine. So that's not gonna be a problem for Enjoy to get his teammate back into line. That's gonna be 4 members. As we saw a little bit earlier, RU Noob was gonna be very aggressively going into the center of the circle with that vehicle, and does survive all the members here. As X Gamer just moving one house to another. They are here separated 3-2-1, and Fang and the rest of the teammates now looking for their next strategy through. The circle is almost done closing. The next one will open up. That will give them a better idea to where to move next.
Yeah, we only had one team that hung out outside of the circle this time and took blue damage, and that was Auto Loot, one of our better faring teams from the first game. So this time, they landed in Primorsk. They're just making their way to Fairy Pier right now, and they will be uncontested there. So for them, a nice start. They don't have to worry about taking that blue damage like we saw it kind of be a problem for Team Fox Squad in Game 1. Here in Game 2, Auto Loot taking that risk by staying in the blue, coming out relatively unscathed. Here's APR, who dropped into Stalver this time. Last time they dropped in the military base, they kind of didn't feel comfortable with that, didn't like the finish they got, so they moved over to Stalvar this time.
See Ahmed Baraski just chatting in the sidelines and trying to just get into the circle in time. RU Noob also looking towards their options, still in the red zone with the new circle that just opened up. So having invested early into the center of the circle did them worthwhile, and we're going to see a bit of Nova that's still somehow included in this circle. So, you know, if you do want to stay for one more turn, you can do that if you are Team IND, but definitely conventional wisdom will probably tell us the next circle is not going to include any part of Sosnovka Island.
Yeah, definitely a very slim chance that this circle will move to the south of the river and be part of Sosnovka Island. So Team India opting. Whoa, Jay-Z, Evos once again popping off here. 2 knocks for Jay-Z. Oh my goodness, Joel.
It makes it look so easy with that scar on the auto. He didn't even have a proper scope for it, but it doesn't matter. Just when you get the aim, we actually do with Jay-Z. Oh man, that's the one really brought Evos home the victory in that round 1. Looking like they want to replicate this again in round 2, see if they can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Another strong start for them. Assassin here going out for this drop that is way out in the ocean. Should be relatively uncontested. And I think this is great for them. Not only are they going to get this drop and get a very nice M249, but they could make a pretty easy rotation across the water and not have to take the bridge. Taking boats is a little safer in PUBG Mobile. It's a little bit harder to make some of those shots land at range.
And you can see exactly how Evos is so organized of what play to do at a certain time. get that kill once they saw the cars coming through, got that double kill, it was 2 kills in the back, and just come back into the house. Once again, defensive scouting, very brilliant work once again. Evos kind of explains why they won the chicken dinner last time around.
Yeah, great positioning from them. They're already dead center of the circle, some great rotations. Their timings are quite good. Some of the other teams now making their way in. ASN, I believe, coming in, where are they? They're up in the field. Are they coming from near Yasnaya? Usually that's the only field that's left in the circle. Oh no, they're over by Pachinki. Okay, they're south of Pachinki. That's the other field. The circle is closing here. So they're making their way in. A lot of teams are already in. CO is coming in towards the bridge that crosses between Sosnovka and the main island here. RU Noob already has a nice little position kind of on the western part of the circle, just to the west of the farm here. So a lot of teams already making their way in. We still have 18 teams left, quite a few, but there's quite a bit of real estate to work with still.
And they have a bit of a compound, 1 to each person for Arinum and Curry Eaters. They're going to be still staying here. Ajuma and Oppa in the same room. That's never a good thing for all of us. We know Paper Thin, but all the way through, that's another time for another story. But
we'll explain why that isn't a good thing later. It's nothing bad. It's just kind of a Korean culture thing.
IOD coming in here to see what he can do. Just drive by, gets all those kills, and you saw X Gamer really startled after they saw all that, but it's going to be the counterattack coming on the other way. IOD might just regret exactly going for that drive-by. Not going to be the best result for these guys.
Yeah, they get 1 kill, but they've got a lot of members who've taken a lot of damage here. 2 are knocked, only 2 are up, and both are really low. X Gamer has the high ground here, so they might be able to just finish them off.
IOD trying to be cheeky, trying to go for that kill with all the members in that same UAZ, but this is the kind of the counterattack coming in from X Gaming. You know exactly what they're trying to do, trying to get the 3 knocks, which they already did, trying to get the last member on before the rest does happen. Is their next plan in strategy. So X Gamer just encroaching down, trying to get the last finish, gets another knock in, just gets a run over. Oh my goodness. And IOD, you're gonna be regretting the play you made exactly 30 seconds ago.
And they just get taken down there by, I believe that was a member of X Gamer. Yes, indeed. X Gamer, Black Man, ending that, as well as Lou taking them all down. It is a clean sweep almost for X Gamer. They do lose Fang, who was just a little bit out of position there, got caught on the low ground, but the other members of X Gamer had the high ground, they had the cover, they had the positional advantage over IOD, who wanted to secure that kill. They got out of the vehicle to try to secure it. That spelled disaster for them. They needed to just move on at that point.
And we talked about from round 1, decision making really doing teams a lot of justice if you do it right, but if you do it wrong, teams like Copper Omnia has done so well in the early game. Bad decision making leads to worse, but we're going to cut down to that fault just a little bit because of ASN, APR, they're here to play. ASN just gonna see their last member go down, and that's gonna be once again elimination for this team once again.
Yeah, so a much better round here for APR so far. A much better decision to go to Stallbar instead of trying to contest the military base where other teams were dropping. They've already picked up 7 kills for themselves in this round. This was a team that we had our eye on from the scrims who played very well in the scrim. So good to see them doing well here. A much better decision this game to not drop and with other teams and in contested locations.
And we're going to be looking at all the loot just going to be in the surroundings here along with Team Narcos, who came in 2nd place in round 1 with Curry Eaters as well. So all these very formidable teams coming into this last 14 teams alive situation. We're going to see a lot more kills coming around in the next few minutes, but Mitsuru just trying to see what he can get in terms of vision towards the other opponents on the other side.
Yeah, and we're just about to get our 3rd circle location here. It is closed in. It has gone way east, centered around the lumber mill more or less. It's got a bit of Milta power in it. Almost all of Milta is in it as well. So Evos will be playing Gatekeeper on the west edge of this circle. Hong Kong Skillstream already in Milta, so they have a nice position. Those are the only 2 teams that are in this circle. Everyone else is going to need to rotate in. We could see a lot of fierce action fighting over these positions.
It's a pretty harsh opening of that next circle, as we already saw a glimpse over it on that mini map, and now we're going to see the other teams having to travel all the way to the east just to get there in Hong Kong, trying to see what they can do already in these compounds in Milta, not have to move too much from here and just to see if anyone's going to be coming from the west, because they're just going to be looking all the way towards the west, because everybody's going to be coming from that direction.
Yeah, exactly. They probably have a pretty good idea that that's the case. They know that their backs are pretty much safe at this point. CO making an aggressive early rotation. EVOS has opted to not play gatekeeper here and have moved deeper middle into the circle. That seems to be their strategy. They're more of a centering team than an edging team. Teams like TN, so far we've seen them be more of an edging team. And in fact, TN is taking some boats. Autoloot already made their way across the beach. Didn't take any damage there from Hong Kong Skillstream, who was guarding it. Autoloot might get a reward there. There's a crate on that side of that circle.
We're also looking at X Gamers, just trying to hover around, trying to get to that circle in time is what all these teams are trying to just sneak around. Past the side for Hong Kong. We're going to see the shot coming from Jay-Z once again. Can he get another double kill like he did last time around? He's looking towards Copper Omnia and trying to go for the shots here with the spray, with that scar. It's not going to find the bunny. And we're going to see more and more shots coming in from rest of Evos, but not going to lead to any kills.
Yeah, no kills, a little bit of damage for CO there, but they should be able to push in if they so desire and get through this relatively unscathed. They might have to take a fight. They're taking an interesting position here. They've moved back to take this compound, and Bullshark aggressively moving towards them. Evos, if they have a location, they want to defend it. They don't seem to like other teams kind of being in their space. They'd rather try to keep a buffer around them, and I think wisely so.
You really have to admire the aggressiveness coming in from Evos. Even after winning round number 1, they want to be just as aggressive in this second round, and that's going to be something you would have to really applaud them for. But how high they can get, still 14 teams left remaining here. But talk about this, Copper Omnia getting absolutely dismantled by all these teams coming through. And GJ01, what's going to be the team coming through, and the car explosion explodes the entire team?
Yeah, CO Kong just blew himself up. He blew that car up, and that ended up killing him, and I believe that will be CO taken out in 14th place. So a disappointing finish for a team that we had our eye on after the first round. Well, we'll see if they can do anything in the third game to try to come back and try to secure one of those top 4 spots. Meanwhile, Team Narcos, I love these guys, man. They play my type of PUBG. They just edge around the circles. They're trying to find areas of the circle where no one else is, and you just play safe. You only have to worry about teams that are in front of you. Your back is fine. No one's coming up behind them. Such smart rotations from them.
In different tournament formats, sometimes that may not work because the kills become so important in other various formats. But this one, 3 rounds, if you can get second place 3 times in a row, you're almost guaranteed a spot to the finals. So if Team Narcos really wants to get that identity check in this instance, that might be good enough for them to get them through.
Yeah, absolutely, Joel. I think they're making the right decision. They're playing their game, and they're doing it very, very well. Now, they will eventually probably have to go through Autoloot, one of our stronger teams here so far. So it could be a difficult proposition for them depending on where the next circle goes. And in fact, we will be finding out where this next circle goes very, very shortly.
X Gamer just once again traveling along as we see the new circle just opening up. 2 minutes left on that one. APL, you have to be a little bit careful. X Gamer is not going to allow a lot of time to travel around your housing here. It's the APR just trying to see what they can do. Now going to see everybody targeting towards that direction. So what to do away from this house? They have to move on. It's either a little bit outside the circle to get to the next location. They have to find a detour to see if they're going to make a direction make to the next circle.
Yeah, we'll see if these teams opt to try to, play gatekeeper with each other, or if they just try to make their way in. The other members of X Gamer have already split up. They're doing a little bit of a 2-2 split here. APR down to 3 members, so they're going to opt to stay clumped up. They're getting into this Dacia, going to make their rotation into the circle now, but there is Evos already in there, so depending on where they opt to go, they might run into one of our very, very good teams.
Yeah, APR just trying to get to the safe in time, but with that aggressive car rush, X Gamer is going to be targeting towards them, trying to get the kills through. Doesn't come through an AP. Oh, we have to be careful. That car almost could blow up if you are not careful enough. So Autoloot, see what they can get against Team India once again. Big team fight happening right here. The first round that will eventually come through from Bank. That's going to be the first one to come through for Autoloot, finding a lot of casualties of their own. Team India trying to fight back, but all the more Autoloot trying to get the more of all of this in. It seems like a pretty even trade so far in this team fight.
Yeah, both teams have 2 knocks on each other, so it's going to come down to Bomb and Bank versus the other 2 members of Team India. Oh, Bomb gets knocked, so 1 member left here. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 members. Oh, he died. Okay, Jude is down. It's just Bank left. trying to pick up a couple kills.
Bank is going to be all by himself trying to go up against the entire team of Team India, but they know exactly what the situation is. 3 kills means that they're already going for the 4th one to go for the Team Y. Team India wasn't able to do it last time around, but they surely want to get it this time around. They definitely will get it. Team India with that team wipe is going to do them justice going into this late game.
Yeah, that could have been disaster for Team India there. They already had 1 member dead, 2 members knocked, and it was a 1v1. They would have once again run into a situation where they get taken out by an ambush from another team like we saw in game 1, but this time able to defend it. A nice job by the team from India. This is GJ, another team you and I, Joel, had our eyes on after the scrims. They played very, very well. In fact, we got a chicken dinner in a very interesting scrim.
Manami.
Oh, Manami.
Just coming up on the flanks and really making this happen. And maybe this is another team that we should be focusing on paper thing, because it seems like XGamer making a proactive plays as they make their movement. Another team that's trying to do that is EVOs. As you can see them already in this Milta circle. Not gonna be trouble in this meantime. Trying to have to just go up against GJ01, who's gonna be right in the flank, but trying to get additional kills here. Exactly what's gonna happen from X.
Oh my goodness, X absolutely popping off with the Scar here. Such good shooting, doing maximum damage with this gun. My goodness, they are so good.
EVOs really talking about X getting those double kill with the Scar is kind of the understatement to the entire story that they have been writing all today long, and we're going to see Bullshark and the rest of EVOs once again in a good position. No one really around them, looking like another favorite to win this next game, but X just really adding insult to injury right there with that frag grenade, getting another kill for his team.
Oh my goodness, X absolutely destroying GJ basically by himself. He got a little bit of help from Bullshark with a grenade, but otherwise he did the rest of the work. EVOs absolutely looking so strong, and the circle has moved right on top of them. What a circle for them. What another strong performance we're seeing them for them. But let's jump over to Team Fox, who is, you know, Taram's kind of hanging out in the grass here. He's trying to find a way into the circle where he doesn't have to engage the members of Hong Kong Skillstream. You know, he's trying to just play it sneaky. He's got a little bit of time, but the circle is going to be closing here relatively soon.
Taran is going to move on here right now. 1 minute left before the circle starts creeping in. It means that the Fox squad, no longer a squad, has to be relying on his dependence, trying to get the highest rank possible. But it seems that XGamer is not going to easily allow that. Trying to go for more kills onto the dish, and they have to move in as well. So all the more through movement and shooting at the same time means XGamer has a lot of assignment cut out for them. But in order to do that, they need to get more kills here.
Yeah, Hong Kong Skillstream making pretty good rotation. Are you kidding?
Oh my.
What?
What?
Jay-Z. What? That is so long range, especially in PUBG Mobile. Those are absolutely dirty shots. That is absolutely nuts. I thought I was just about to compliment Hong Kong Skillstream on their rotation, but Evo's just proving me completely wrong here. RU Noob, another team that did well in the first game, taking some shots at APR, just not quite connecting very much there. He pulls out that 3x with the M16, looking to do a little bit of work at long range. He doesn't quite see CZ in the grass there.
PSK has to move in into this next circle in time, but all the way through, you're going to see them really having a hard time because they're looking towards Alpha Red. It was going to be right there in front of them is where they exactly need to go. So Alfred trying to get the defensive position is on, forcing RU Noob to encroach forward, and that'll be easy bait for them to get the easy kills through. Now RU Noob is going to be going in. Evos once again in a good position, once again unbothered by this next circle with so many kills collecting more and more as time goes on.
Yeah, circle's closing fast. RU Noob is going to have to make a move here. Silencer on the flank as well. So a 3-1 split here for RU Noob. Oh, a member of APR. Oh, he takes him down. My goodness. Ooh, Bullshark.
Pick him to pieces. This is what you have to do. Just wait for the fight to die out, and you pick up the scraps, and you get all those kills. And all of a sudden, 11 kills over towards Team Evos. And they still have a full squad they can work with here in this housing. Once again, the circle opens up, and the only team is in it is going to be Evos.
Once again, this not only is Evos the most skilled team we've seen here so far in this tournament, they're getting the circles as well. This is just dirty. And those long-range shots that they can produce are so amazing. My goodness. All right, Curry getting moved on by the last couple members. Oh, they have all 4. Oh, no, only 1 member left of TN here. So their safe strategy, getting them another top 10 finish and almost a top 5 here. And this time they've got 3 kills, so they don't get blanked out at least.
Knuckles, they want to get a top 5 finish. Is all they're wanting to do. So 6 teams left remaining means that EVOs, the more and more they get these shots through, means that more and more teams will be eliminated. And the closer, that EVOs probably wins another chicken dinner here, Paperton.
Yeah, this is really smart positioning by Jay-Z to get up on that roof because they know nobody's behind them. So he doesn't have to worry about being exposed from that flank. He can use the third-person advantage to cover a lot of ground. There is a lot of openness in the rest of this circle that EVOs can take advantage of to gatekeep teams who are going to need to come into this circle.
Just right on the roof there, Jay-Z has all the cover in the world, not even going to look behind him because he knows everybody is going to be trying to creep in from that blue. As you can already see, struggles coming through from X Gamer just trying to run faster than the blue, but really having a hard time doing it. But all you have to do is just run away. You can't fire back. And Jay-Z trying to pick up the pieces. See how many more kills he can get.
Oh, this is just chicken. Oh my God, chicken shoot here for EVOs. Just cleaning up more and more kills. 15 kills already for them, Joel. This is nuts. There's only 8 more players, so they can't get 23 at least this time.
You know what it is, though? They started off with less than 10 kills just about 5 minutes before, but they know how to be at the right position at the right time, and exactly does that once again. And it seems like an eventual being the only full team left remaining in this one. It's going to be All You Noob going up against the entire squad of EVOs up on the roof, and Ernie and Jay-Z looking to finish this off.
Yeah, Are You Noob playing another great game, a 3rd place finish in game 1, possibly a 2nd or a 1st place finish. They're not out of it yet, but here comes X. He wants to make a push.
Really wants to make that flank, trying to go for the surprise, pick up the easy pieces, targeting for Jay-Z and Ernie to shoot from above. And X, you're trying to be the sneaky guy, you're trying to be the outnumbering situation, trying to go towards Are You Noob, pull off the aggro, and that will be the game for EVOs once again.
Yeah, he's just going to try to get some information as well as provide a flank here for the rest of the members of EVOs, who of course still have the circle. It looks like, I believe they're still in that circle. Yes, they are. So Are You Noob is going to have to make a hill. This is, not only is it literally uphill, it is figuratively uphill as well for them. They are at a huge disadvantage here. I think this is a nice little move here by Enjoy, doing a little bit of edging here. They know that they need to find some kind of cover, but right away they get hit as they try to move out into, you know, some kind of position.
EVOs has angles on all sides, and it seems like no one is going to be going around this little house. All You Noob with 3 members, you would think that you were so strong, maybe win a chicken dinner, but when it's against this team who has already picked up another game of 15 kills, looking like they want to add 3 more to end up this game.
Yep, the circle's pushing him in. EVOs just boosting up. Silencer's trying to get some shots in on the hill. He gets a little bit of damage, but he gets knocked himself. Jay-Z, though, gets knocked. Nice shooting there from Are You Noob.
Bullshock and X have to be the one that does it. X comes in from the side, and that is going to be able to get the job done. We talked about maybe a possibility where EVOs will win once again, but the skill gap, you can already tell, is too high for the rest of the teams.
Yeah, this is nuts. They dominated FPP. They're dominating TPP. They are clearly miles above these other teams today. Are You Noob, props to them. They're playing extremely well so far today. A second place finish and a 3rd place finish so far. So they clearly seem to be our 2nd best team, but nobody is even close to EVOs.
And we're looking at 20 teams from Group A to see which 4 teams that we should be looking at. But maybe EVOs, maybe the team to look out for the entire Asia region.
Yeah.
You talk about just putting them on the Group A representative, it doesn't really matter. It seems like they're just ready here to play. They want to be the top of the game. And it doesn't matter who comes in their way. They're going to just sweep them out with strategics and really move forward to another victory here.
Yeah, I mean, to see a team dominate this much in a tournament, in any tournament of PUBG, means that they are on another level than these other teams. This is crazy. At a competitive level, these are all teams that have had to qualify already through various other regional qualifiers to get to this position. And the fact that EVOs is so much better than them indicates, like exactly like you said, Joel, they might be one of the best teams in the world.
It really might be, but we definitely know that EVOs is going to be moving on to the next round. They're going to go to the finals, but let's see exactly how they did it again. Round 2 going to EVOs. Let's go to the highlights. Here we are once again, focusing a little bit towards these other teams. FS and TFS was going to be around the Puff Cup, but it was about this team once again. EVOs with Jay-Z picking things up.
I mean, Jay-Z just absolutely doing work with the Scar. He was so accurate with that gun that game. Here's IOD where they got caught out a little bit. They wanted that kill on Fang so desperately. They were willing to cede the high ground here in their positional advantage, and they just got smoked by X. or I'm sorry, that was X Gamers, but we move over to X, who also is a monster with that Scar. Really showing that maybe the Scar might be one of the top guns here in PUBG Mobile.
And also shows that the entire team of EVOs is going to be the one to look out for, not just one single individual member. You talk about Jay-Z being highlighted in many instances, but everybody else, Bullshark, you talk about X, you talk about everybody in this team doing so well, and this is how they do it, really making this game of PUBG look so easy.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, they look so polished, they make amazing rotations, they make very good, quick decisions on where they want to go. That's another thing that's impressive about them. Take their natural skill out. They are a very skilled shooting team. They're also very smart. They're making early, quick rotations. They have a centering strategy that they really like and are very strong at it. They play great defense.
Shot calling and the decision making on top notch is what we saw them being translating into 2 games in a row where they get the chicken dinner, and Team EVO's once again, a huge splendid job for these guys. Going to round 3, they should be extremely comfortable going.
Oh, they have to be. I mean, they're not going to phone it in round 3. You never do that. You want to clean sweep this if you're EVOs. You're going into game 3 thinking, yeah, let's just run the table here. No one else can stop us. Let's just assert our dominance. In the meantime, the other teams, you know, they need to find ways to deal with this.
But we're going to see if they can be able to do that. We're going to go to another short break, guys. Be back with the round 3. So one more break. We'll be right back after this one.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the hottest game on mobile. We are looking for passionate and talented competitors to join the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. There will be qualifiers in 6 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Korea and Japan, and China. The top teams will join the regional finals. The top finishers in each region and some invited teams will join the global final to play for a cash prize and exclusive benefits from PUBG Mobile. Are you still staying in your safe zone? Get on that plane and jump into the blue zone. The 2019 PUBG Mobile Pro Tour, coming soon.
Welcome back everyone to PMSC. We're back once again after 2 rounds of play, literally going dominoes over again, repeat note if you will. Just literally all about Evos all day today.
Yeah, feels like we kind of got the same thing in Game 1 and Game 2 with Evos, absolutely dominating the FPP game of Game 1. Second game was TPP, and they proved they are not just an FPP specialist, they are just as good at TPP, racking up a ton of kills again and securing the chicken dinner. Joel, this is crazy. I mean, they are absolutely just dominating.
And we talk about the other teams that are very close to them, but it's never really been distance in terms of how we already saw that the other teams trying to get close never really got far enough. And now we're looking at these other 19 teams to see exactly what we're going to get. But once again, one of the mentions about our Samsung Galaxy Note 9, our main sponsors for this event. Be sure to go to Galaxy Apps to download PUBG Mobile for free onto your mobile device and enjoy this extraordinary action that we're right now reliving in PUBG Mobile. So altogether, it's very, very important to see how Evos are doing so good. Other teams trying to catch up, but it's really hard feat.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for any team to catch that. I think it's basically impossible. They've pretty much solidified the #1 spot. They could get a blank. They don't even have to play the third game, and they're pretty much in first place, I would guess, based on how many kills and the fact that they got first 2 times in a row. But I mean, I think if you're watching this and maybe you were skeptical about PUBG Mobile, I think you should change your mind, because look at how high of a level is capable in this game. Look at what Evos is doing. Now these other teams are playing very well. RU Noob making great rotations. Team Darkos making great rotations. Some of these other teams are playing very intelligently, but Evos is really showing how high the skill cap is.
We'll see how dominating right now the standing is. We'll go to the rankings to see how Group E is looking right now. So currently at the bottom, the teams that really need to put up a lot of work is going to be the second page of events here.
Is Black 01? Are they just kind of? I don't think they're here. I think they might be.
We start off with 19 teams every single game.
Yeah, you're right. So there's a team that was missing. I was curious. It is Black 01. Army Barakti flip switch getting takeout very early in that game, so they end up in 19th place overall. Alpha Red PUBG making a bit of a move there. They jumped up a few spots. GJ as well, some teams we had our eyes on with some much better performances there. As you can see, scoring a lot more points are those 2 teams. Black Zoo House having 2 fairly consistent rounds, and you would think if you had saw that they had gotten those positions that maybe they'd be doing a little bit better, but oh my goodness. Are you kidding?
Once again, all you knew, we really put them out. saying that they did so well to get into the last few. Once again, with a lot of kills, they are holding 775, but more than double is going to be Evil's burnout. Currently in that first place spot, literally untouchable by the rest of the competition. Team Narcos currently, once again, doing very little to really contribute to themselves, just getting to the safe zone, getting to the spots where nobody else is. Your type of place I'll play with it, but they are in third place right now.
Yeah, exactly correct. So a great job by them to secure these late game positions and make very wise rotations. So the point differential isn't that big between any of these top 10 teams. And in fact, honestly, any of the teams in the top 15 might even still have a shot if they can pop off and have a very strong round. Now, it seems like it's going to be difficult because EVOS is just getting all the kills and getting the chicken dinners. But there's a lot of teams still in play, as we kind of expected. We talked about this at the very beginning of the cast, Joel, where we said if a team comes in here and pops off and scores a lot of points, and that really condenses things in the middle.
It really is. Just gets that first place very much secure for one little team, and that is going to be Evils for sure. But the other 3 slots is a bit of a question mark in terms of what we're going to be expecting from the other 19 teams to perform to try to get there. So one more round to really decide everything here, paper thin, and it should be exciting to see if the other teams, especially from the bottom of the table, can they be able to get it? Can they get the job done?
Right, absolutely. They got to find ways to make smarter rotations, better rotations, not get involved in some of these early conflicts that we've seen teams that might be a little bit stronger, like CO, who got wiped out pretty early on in that one because of a bit of a late rotation, and they made a bit of a mistake, in my opinion, by looping back around and kind of challenging EVOS there. You got to move on. You got to go dead center of the circle or something like that to try to avoid that fight with that EVOS team. Right now, if you see EVOS knocks or kills one of your players, you don't fight them. You just don't.
They're literally the final boss of this battle right now. You don't want to fight them if you see them. And if you're looking at the teams like Team India, you talk about X-Gamers, very, very aggressive in their pushes to get to the next circles in time, always making sure they fight their opponents and beating them out, wiping them out before they make their next move. They're currently in the top 5 for both teams. So if they make a good move once again, it seems like with a high enough standing, they should be able to get into the top 4 and fine.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Team India was another team I've been kind of keeping my eye on. They almost got wiped there. They were one player away from getting wiped and having an absolute disaster. They wouldn't be in the top 4 like they are right now, but they managed to survive it and play very well.
Team India, all these other teams still trying to get back in this one, but let's get into the very last game of Group A to see who's going to make it to the top 4 and make it to the finals. Here we are for the very last game, round 3, TPP on Erangel for Group A. So the 20 teams you've very much been accustomed to for this very whole day of event. You won't see them ever again until we get to the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's wild about this. This is the last time we're going to see these teams for a while. Now this plane looks very, very familiar. This is basically the same plane as you saw in game number 1, except the fact that it's starting in the south and going north this time. So it's going to be a little bit different, but not very different from what we saw in game number 1, except for some of these teams have made adjustments. They're dropping into other locations. They're not really, they kind of felt each other out in that first game, and things kind of settled down in game number 2.
You see that EVOS is trying to make adaptation every single game here. You see JC already dropping towards Novo. It's already a different location when compared to games 1 and 2 combined. So every single time, these guys have a new location to go to every single time, and they do it very successfully. Eventually, it does end up with a chicken dinner.
Yeah, this is crazy. EVOS dropped in Georgia Pole last time. They just drop wherever they feel like. The first city that's along the plane path is where they're going to drop, is what it looks like. They're just so good and so dominant. Team India can't drop in Novo. They had Novo to themselves last time. This time, they're going to have to find a new loot location. ASN has the military base, but there are other teams in that area. APR has opted to go into the southern part of Sosnovka Island this time, so they didn't wait to go to Stalver like they did in the last game. Kind of an interesting decision here from them. These teams really seem to like the early looting. They want to get out of the plane as fast as possible and get down to business.
You can see that already the SLR pickup on this Sosnovka military base, but otherwise auto loot, and we're going to be featuring them once again on this UAZ, striving forward and trying to get to their start location in time This first circle that already did open up. ASN, you talked about them farming around Snovka, and then you're gonna have the team 3 with Hong Kong Skillstream, a team that has done very well so far in this tournament, to see if they can fight against them, because ASN has some key moments to go for the key fights, but sometimes comes out on the losing end.
Yeah, they seem like they're coming up a little bit short. Hong Kong Skillstream, a very good team. Looks like they're opting to just kind of take the C block apartments here, loot all these, and then get out of Dodge. Meanwhile, we've got quite a few teams within close proximity here. Up in Severny, Team Fox Squad has left Lipovka, and they've opted to go to Severny this time. 7-6 is up here as well, and I believe there's one more team up there, and that is GJ. Wow. So a lot of teams kind of in the bottom half of things going to be vying for this Severny location. I'm a little surprised to see Team Fox Squad abandon Lipovka after dominating it in game number 2.
Omnia once again in Pachinki, but they're going to be rivaled this time around by Army Baraki, and let's see what happens here. Team 7 once again in Severny with GJ01, and see what's going to happen here. Team 17 already looking towards 7-6 Gaming. What's going to happen here? Carpe Omnia just trying to fight out, trying to defend their Pachinki landmark.
Yeah, it looks like Army Barakti has opted to try to change their luck. Okay, but hold that thought. Gaming here, MCD Gaming gets a knock onto a Team Fox Squad member, but he gets knocked in return, trying to make that AK work. He almost got it done. He got G10 King almost down to no health there, but he survives just a little bit. The other members of 7-6 trying to back him up. 7-6
Gaming just trying to go for all those kills in return here, but Severny fight a little bit too violent to begin things off. G10 King does go down to the shots coming from Plinkets. We're going to see more here. It seems like GJ01, they want to get involved right here, but Plinkets is still rushing towards the Fox Squad and see what more they can get. Trying to get the sure kill and the secure kill with the G10 King is going to be the first priority.
Yeah, I think G10 King getting a little overly aggressive. He didn't have his teammates there to help back him up. He really wanted that kill, but it ended up being disaster. 7-6 doing a good job reacting to that situation. Now, here's what I wanted to talk about a little bit. This is Army Barakti, our team that is in basically last place if you don't count Black01, who isn't with us today. And they completely changed their drop location, trying to change their luck and fighting it out with CO. Now, that's a bit unfortunate for CO. They would not like to fight people in Pachinki early on necessarily.
If you are the other teams that's trying to go for this win right here, even if you are at the bottom right now, if you get one chicken dinner at this instance, it really opens up the pool for what you can do. Even at 19th place, getting a chicken dinner with a lot of kills, that might just put you at 4th place. You just never know, so you have to keep trying, even in this very last round.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joel. I think you're right. You got to make something work. You got to go for it all. You got to try to pull an Evos and get, that 20 kill chicken dinner to really give yourself a shot. What's interesting is only one team went South George this time. RU Noob is our second place team overall so far, and they are all alone in South George. They're going to get a lot of very good loot. Now, the circle is pretty similar to what we saw at the beginning of round 2. The circle has gone to the eastern edge of the map, kind of a little bit more southward, centered around the farm. So far, looks very similar to game number 2. Both TPPs here having a circle over in the eastern edge, and this is Manami, who is pushing in on Curry Eaters.
Army didn't have a great day all day today, but just trying to rush into these apartments, not really knowing that Curry Eaters is going to be on the sides here. And just look for that one apartment for now and see what else they can get in the meantime. But see that Curry Eaters definitely should hear some of those audio hints, knowing that new team did make their foundation into this school area apartment. So all the more, we're looking towards these communications being thoroughly through towards Curry and see if they can get some kills here with Man Army really not knowing where the other teams are.
Yeah, Curry didn't like their position when Man Army pushed in there, opted to kind of fall back and regroup, probably wisely so. Didn't seem like they were quite ready for a push on that location yet. It seemed like they have been able to loot that relatively safely early on, and they weren't expecting this early of a push from another team. But now we see Opa taking some shots down to Man Army, landing a couple shots down onto Man Army.
Man Army just trying to figure out where they're getting shot from. They have an indicator telling the direction where they were getting shot from, but in this roof, it's going to be a second guess for Man Army. But Curry Eaters, after they spawn through, they do take the shots through, but does not lead to a knock. So they need to make a little bit of an adjustment in terms of trying to get that kills through. Tries it again. Opa doesn't really get the kills that they want here. Trying trying once again to see if he can get through.
Whoa, Nung with the counter shot there, taking down Manar. Here comes a Molotov. Oh, he's on fire. Dubala going down there from the flames. What a nice Molotov there.
And 2 knocks already secure for Curry Eaters, but just looking for the other 2 now. The bleeding out of that fire does a lot of work to his man army, but it seems like just trying to get the res up is going to be the priority here. But all the more, we're going to see what they can do because they're earning the bottom standing. They wanted to survive all 4 members going to this mid rotation, but it seems that man army already found a lot of trouble in this early game.
Yep, so Curry Eaters doing a very good job. Oppa and Nung keeping the pressure onto Man Army, not allowing them to get in, but Oppa, oh, okay, you can get onto that ledge then, Oppa. All right, that was really smart. I thought he might have made a bit of a mistake there, but no, he's just moving around a little. And the rest of Curry is now all up on the roof trying to prevent Man Army from moving out of this location.
It's the Kar98 shot going to snipe the other way. Man Army with Manor is not going to be able to shot the shots here, and will go down in another knock here. Man Army, and you want to be in a situation where you can get out pretty safely from these apartments, but you've gotten yourself into the situation, but in a sticky situation you can't really get yourself out, no longer here.
Yeah, this is ASN. Oh, wait, we're going back with Nung, who is landing some nice Kar98 shots, I believe. Did he just finish off a member of Man Army? Okay, great. Nice shooting here by Nung with that Kar98. He's also got the DP. We've seen a lot of teams with the DP here in PUBG Mobile. A very strong gun in this game. It has a lot of damage potential. It does a lot of damage to vehicles. So this is a gun absolutely that is strong.
Fairly easy to control as well in terms of the recoil. So we're going to see what they can get out of this situation. Curry, they have all 4 members on this roof looking down towards Manami, and with already 1 man knocked away and killed. Trying to go for that rest of the 3 to pick up easy 4 kills is going to do them a lot of justice.
Oh boy, there's another team that wants to get involved in this. IOD Lord heard some shots. Now they can see some people lining up onto the members of Curry. Oppa and Best of Blocks kind of in the line of fire here from Lord, who opts to not take any shots. He's just going to move on.
With the AKM, just trying to get the scopes in to make sure exactly knowing where the team Curry is. So now I gotta send that information over to his teammate. Trying to go for shots now with an AKM from range is what they're trying to do in that full auto.
Yeah, Lord lands a couple shots there, takes the member of Curry down to about half health. They back off. Meanwhile, the rest of the members of IOD are pushing in. I'm not sure, though, that IOD quite realizes that there's actually 2 teams in the apartments, not just the one. They've only seen Curry as far as I can tell so far. So this is a bit of a pickle for these teams.
You can see what happens here. Timix just trying to rush in, trying to find a better position to get those shots on that roof, where Curry is going to be standing in the meantime. I think Manami has some time to sigh relief, because it seems like the other team coming in did buy them some time. So in the other apartments, it seems like ILD trying to spy out Curry, the only team that are going to be in this little apartment. So Timix and the rest of his team is trying to see strong, trying to see what angles they can get.
Yeah, IOD opting to play aggressive here. They've got to make up some points to try to get into one of those top 4 spots. So this makes a lot of sense. Get some kills. Try to end strong and give yourself a shot to make one of those top 4 positions to get into the Asia finals here. Right now, IOD has not been very, strong so far today, so they're trying to make a case that they do deserve to be in those finals.
It's really unfortunate to see Manami in this situation where they have nothing to do. They just have to watch this fight between Curry and IOD as it breaks down, and picking up the pieces will be the best strategy for these guys as later on. But for the fight going on with that UMP from range is not going to be the most reliable for Timix, but still moving on here with Lord as well.
Yeah, here they go. They keep steadily pushing in. Does IOD doing a good job of covering each other as they make their moves. Now this grenade could be very good if it gets into that window. Nung in trouble there if that grenade connects from Lord. We didn't quite get to see. We heard the explosion. Not sure if it did any damage. Lord pushing right up the stairs. No hesitation here from IOD. They just want a piece of this. Moving in, he gets the knock onto Oppa. He's going to get the finish. Nice push by Lord so far.
So aggressive coming from IOD, and that was a little bit of a mistake coming in from the Curry squad. You talk about them separating their members when you know an entire squad was already coming up their way. So a little bit of misdecision coming in from Curry. The Curry Eaters really want to capitalize on their opportunity, but it seems like Ajima is just going to be just sticking around, see what he can do with the rest of the members of IOD coming in.
Now APR in a battle with Team India. Team India going down here, losing some members. I'm not sure if they got wiped or not, but they are our 4th place team. They absolutely, positively cannot be afforded to losing members this early. IOD though, you know, wow, they've taken the roof here. Curry's getting out of dodge. They've just gotten in the vehicle and they're gonna book it. They're gonna take a little bit of damage, but IOD pays the price from X. It's Evos.
When you thought you just forgot about Evos, they are back with a vengeance. And oh my gosh, X, where did you even shoot that from? I can't even see from the minimap right now. And absolutely incredible once again coming in from X, one of our top snipers we have in this entire tournament already. It seems like Evo's now starting to slowly creep up the kills now. Seems like they want to go for another one.
These guys are monsters. They're just doing whatever they want. They have their way over all these other teams. Lord running, but he's already taking shots from the other members of Evos who fed out, but a nice counter punch there by Lord to knock a member of Evos.
Just goes back in, trying to get the heal through. That's going to be a very safe play for Lord, who will survive in the meantime. Ernie will get rest up, and it's going to be the other teammates from IOD trying to find back here, but it seems like the full squad of Evos definitely ready to get this fight underway against IOD. Once they peek their heads, they're going to take it for the shots.
Yeah, Evos, they've got an AWM here. Oh, some amazing shooting with the DP. Full shot, absolutely ripping through Lord there. My goodness, they just don't miss.
I mean, the DP28 from that range, getting that little of a recoil, that control is immense, and you cannot understate that at any moment in time. And it seems like Evos wants to get more kills underway here. It seems like Manami is going to be right behind him. IOD is going to be in the mix as well. Saw X a little bit earlier with that Car 98 getting the knock onto one of the members of Curry. So let's see if they can get more here. X still looking for the kill, very still hungry to get more points on the board.
If I'm an army here, I'm focusing on Evos. I'm ignoring IOD at this point. You have to worry about this #1 team. They are just so good. You have to find a way to deflect that attack from them, because Evos will just pick you apart. Man, they are so good. Well, this is one of our lower ranked teams, but they've still got all 4 members up. Maybe in a battle with Autoloop here. In fact, yes, Bomb getting a knock. Now On getting a knock. Autoloop just pushing up these stairs. Not doing much as AB. Oh my goodness, they just get wiped.
Army Baraki had the perfect opportunity to get a full team wipe onto Autoloop, but Autoloop really just outshot themselves and gonna get all the rests up, and gonna get a 4-man squad with 4 kills on the board. Is a huge accomplishment for these guys.
Yeah, that's amazing there for Autoloot, giving themselves a strong chance of getting into one of those top 4 slots. They've been a pretty consistent team overall here, jumping back with Evos, who's now fighting RU Noob, our 2nd place team. This is the battle of the Titans here. RU Noob does not want to be in this fight. Oh my goodness. Silencer gets knocked by some amazing shooting with an AK from Ernie, who's now healing, but he's got to change that. The other members of RU Noob are trying to push up. Nothing doing there for Ernie that time.
We see new players coming in from RU Noob, and you know these are the top 2 clashes are going up against each other. X is trying to go for a finish onto some of these members here. RU Noob just might be eliminated after all this to come through. And Joy goes down as well. Last man standing, and that will be the end.
He was so far out, Joel. I'm sorry, but he was so far out in that vehicle, and he was driving away, and a member of Evos knocked him out of the vehicle. Are you kidding me?
Incredible.
I don't even know. RU Noob. I mean, he didn't get knocked. Okay, he's still in the vehicle. I thought they took out Noob there.
They're still in it.
They're still in it. That is so fortunate for them. RU Noob being very wise getting out of there. I thought he was going to be able to get out of there. And then Noob Ice, I don't know if he's Noob Ice Pack. He's got an S in there. I don't know exactly sure what he's going for with that name. But I thought he got knocked because it turned to that red, and I thought for sure he was done.
And really holding that 2nd place spot with RU Noob, you wanted to get a big round in this round 3 to secure your spot going to the top 4. But you know, when you get almost your entire team wiped away by the 1st place team, you are playing a little bit scared now. But Ice Pack, see what he can do for the remainder of this game.
Yeah, GJ going up against Team Fox Squad here. They get 1 knock onto Taran, the other member. All 4 members in this house, so Team Fox Squad trying to push into this compound, but GJ has control, so it's going to be very, very difficult for Fox Squad to make this work. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I think Taran's going to go down there. Danish looking out. He might get some shots here onto Daltis.
They'll just get spotted, and that's going to be it. And it seems like they're going to be just wanting to get through this flanks here, and Daltis is going to be still covering in the area and see what he can get in terms of vision. But it seems like all the more GJ01 has such a good dominance in this little field here and just right on the top of the circle. They're going to be looking pretty good. Moving on to the next one. Another team that's still looking good is going to be Evo's, already in the circle, not having to do much, almost at the center of the circle near the farm.
Yeah, once again, they're just taking that center strategy. Curry Eaters, not too far from them. They've moved into the center of the circle. Noob Ice Pack for RU Noob has moved a little bit to the southwest of where they were battling Evos earlier. Autoloot not too far behind him though, so he's gonna have to be very, very safe there. The circle is closing, but pretty much all the teams have made their way in at this point. No one's really in too much danger. The only teams that are still next to each other are Man Army and IOD, still in those apartments up by the school. Neither team has opted to leave that location. They probably got pretty scared. They might not even know that Evos is gone. They might just be keeping their heads down. But we're about to find out where that next circle will go.
Circle's going to be closing in and it's going to be opening up the next one right along the south. So that's a very iffy circle if you are looking towards that direction. It's going to include the entirety of that bridge connecting the mainland Erangel with the Sosnovka military base. So you're going to see Kapelmia, see what they can do on this drive here from Pachinki, see trying to get their next move and all, see where the next destination is.
Well, TN already in this circle, so they don't have to make one of their patented rotations like they normally do here. They can just rest on their laurels. They don't have to move anywhere. There is a chance that this circle could go to the southern part into Sosnovka Island. There is maybe like a 20% chance that it goes down there. It's not likely. No one's down there right now, and there would be no reason you would expect anyone to be down there. All the teams making their way in. Evos, I believe, is already in the circle. Yep, they're very fast with these rotations. Quickly moving into the center of the circle, and they might opt to set up somewhere near the bridge.
We're going to see what happens here with Flip Switch. Still have all of their squad just ready to play the game here. 16 teams still left remaining means that Evos with 5 kills already on the board, trying to get more kills as they come. And it seems like the next one will come through. It seems like Autoloot trying to go for the fight here against Hong Kong. And it seems like they already got the first few knocks here.
The Evos already knocking down more members of other teams. This is just wild. Hong Kong is trying to move out of here. Curry on the move here. He's fortunately for him, there's a hill in between him and the rest of Evo, so he doesn't have to worry about them right now. Jay-Z and Bullshark taking the spoils of their victory there. TN having to defend this push from Autoloot over in their location. So let's see if they can get this done. They've been a very good positioning team, but they have not been strong. Oh my goodness, how does Allman survive that grenade? That looked like it went off right in his face.
Just right on the edge there, just barely able to survive that one. Autoloot now just kind of engage and unite in the second floor building. And let's see TN trying to see what they can do against Autoloot here. Fluffy doing best he can. He does get the knockdown.
Wow, Fluffy, an important knock there for him, but he's got to worry about these other members of Autoloot before he thinks about trying to raise his teammates. Bizdax is knocked there, and here comes the other members of Autoloot, but they've got Mitsuru outside trying to cover any pushes that Autoloot might make from the outside of the building. Okay, Fluffy just gets out of there. He's not going to have any of this. He knows that basically, Beesdox is dead, so he's moving out of there, and that's pretty wise, I think, on their part. They got to try to survive.
This might be the first action they've been involved with this entire day here. Alman trying to get the shot through, but does not connect, and the Autoloot coming in full force, and we know that's going to be an end coming towards Autoloot all the way to the end. Wow!
What?
Narcos got the win.
Wait, Narcos came through? Oh my gosh, I thought Autoloot was going to do that. Something happened there. Mitsuru came in with a flank. We caught him. He wasn't on screen there. He came in with a flank, saving the day for TN as Mitsuru. And they are alive to see another day. And that will be Autoloot going down in 16th place, jumping back over to Evos, who's got this location just to the southwest of Milta. Not quite all the way to the bridge, are they? But they found these high ground buildings, so they have a lot. They can cover a lot of ground, and they have proved to be very strong snipers. So a great position for them to take. They'll have a lot of vision there to utilize.
See that Menami just trying to get out of their building, trying to get some shots through, trying to see what kills they can get. 0 kills right now for these guys, and trying to go towards IOD, who was getting shot from earlier. So not going to find too much here, and Menami. We can see one more shot coming through from Atuhala. Nothing coming through.
Yeah, nothing quite doing there. That 3x scope, he's not quite able to land any shots with it there. Now, you know, Abdullah has lost his helmet there, so that's kind of a big deal. Now, once again, poor TN here. They've got APR who's moved into their compound, and this time they just don't want any of this. Even though they have all 4 members up, they're wisely making a rotation to safety, but unfortunately for Beesdax, he plays the price trying to get out of there. He did not have a vehicle, so he wasn't able to make that rotation fast enough before he got caught out by the members of APR, who are looking to capitalize on this knock.
APR, just in this situation, you have to be the one to make sure without that one more teammate, the 3 members trying to get as high a ranking as they can, going towards Team Narcos, see how many more kills they can get here. That one, pretty satisfied with that one.
Yeah, TN has gone to the water here. They are just going to be swimming, it looks like. They didn't pick up any of those boats that are out there. They did have a boat available to them, but probably wisely just trying to get as much time in the water as they can, try to survive as long as they can. Being one of these, you know, sneaky sharks that come through at the end, come out of the water, try to find a way to get into the later stages of the game. Now, you don't see this work too often in the computer version of PUBG, but in the mobile version, it's a little harder to spot people out in the water. So this could prove to be a very successful strategy for TN. All the other teams kind of just hanging out. X Gamer has all 4 members up. They're on the northeastern part of the circle. Evos, of course, have centered into the circle. Other members making their way in. GJ's coming in from the north side. Let's see, Flip, that is a Flip Switch, is on the far east side in Milta.
You see that all the way through. Narcos was trying to get the wins here. Evos once again with few more kills on the board. Already 8 is going to be what they're going to be running with. X just along with their teammates doing so well to get a few more points on the board.
Yeah, Man Army out of the fire, or out of the frying pan and into the fire. I don't know which way it goes. Either way, it's bad. Evos once again getting another kill here. They are so good. ASN just hiding in their house. They don't want any part of this. They know full well where those shots are coming from and who is getting those kills. They are going to try to just survive this as long as possible. The circle is closing here. Very shortly, we will have another circle. Meanwhile, Team Fox Squad out in the blue, taking a little blue damage in a fight with, it looks like, Curry Eater.
The last one here, trying to get the shots through in TFS. Can we do it? Now just a few more shots. That all to get through. That's the team wipe by himself outside the blue, and really no teammates to help out with that one. 4 kills to end this game right here.
Dang, Daljist, well played there. He got so many kills out of that with all 3 of the rest of his team already dead. It was all on him, and he wipes the rest of that squad. Impressive play from him. ASN has all 4 members up. X Gamer has all 4 members up as well. They are making their way into the northern part of the circle here. 7-6 already in their way in front of them, and now they've got GJ on their flank. So they're going to be in a bit of a pickle here.
This next circle opening is going to be pretty good for a lot of these teams that invested a little bit to the northern side. Our northern circle does open up, but now against the X Gamer, just right on the edge, pretty close to the circle. See what shots they can get.
Yeah, Black Man trying to finish off FaZe Momin from GJ. He does in fact do it. Some nice shooting there. Captain got the knock. Black Man will finish this for X Gamer, who are pretty okay here. The circle has gone very northwest. So Evos is going to maybe not be able to play their centering strategy this time. They're on the very edge of the circle, and there are quite a few teams in their way. Even they might not be able to overcome that hill that is this new circle. So, oh my gosh, Black Man is doing some nice shooting here, but he's taking some shots as well. Other members of X Gamer have fanned out to try to flank GJ here.
X Gamer trying to be extra aggressive here. Only gets 3 kills during this game, but round 3, they need a lot more kills. They need a lot higher in terms of scoring points. The rank points currently at 10 teams left remaining with 31 players left to go. Evos trying to see what they can do with the ghillie suit, with Bullshot, see what he can do right on this edge of the circle. He will be there in time, but just looking towards the outside to see if anyone coming in.
It isn't even fair. He has an AWM and a ghillie suit. This team is already so good, and dropping a sniper rifle, which they have proved to be very deadly with so far here in this tournament. It's just unreal. They're just so good. I can't believe it. And, you know, I'm curious to see how they're going to play this, because they are on the edge this time. We haven't seen them really have to do an edging strategy yet, but, you know, a little bit of a different position for them. They've got Hong Kong and TN behind them. TN and Hong Kong are going to have to start making the rotations here very shortly. Bang! Not able to, okay, finally he gets those shots to land.
Danish just goes down in that shot there. X-Gamer trying to be pretty aggressive, but Lou goes down in the meantime with 4 kills added on. That's going to be the 5th one being able to be finished off. But X-Gamer, can they get the rest through towards Lou, trying to get into the circle? It's a pretty good position for them regarding the circle. So if they can push this through, see if they can get the shots to come there, but another not coming through.
Yeah, GJ punishing them for the earlier damage they took. It will be Lou going down. Blackman gets knocked. Captain trying to get this flank. Oh my goodness. Some really nice spraying here from Captain. Almost getting the knock onto that last member of GJ. Can't quite get it done. Fang popping some painkillers here, trying to just, get full boost so he can assist his teammates. I don't think they're going to be able to get to Blackman. HK taking damage in the circle as they are trying to make their way in. Fluffy as well taking some damage. There are 3 members left for TN here, so they've managed to secure a compound in the circle. So once again, TN making safe rotations.
Very, very close to get down, and they will be eliminated from Kape. Just waiting in this flank with a 4-man squad, ready to pick those 5 kills for these guys, with 2 landed on just now. So it seems that KPM wants to get a big finish here, but Evo still have all their full squad ready to win another one.
Yeah, this is nuts. The circle, it looked like Evos was going to have to play an edging strategy. Then the circle went to the southeast. So once again, Evos doesn't have to move. They're basically still in the circle from their position. So a very fortunate circle for them. 7-6 in there is when TN has established themselves in a compound. CL's going to have to find a way in. X-Gamer on the north end outside of the white circle right now. So they will also have to find their way in. Not too much action right now, other than Evos, of course, taking some sniping shots with that AWM is Bullshark so far not landing one. Oh, no! No! That is so...
When you only had 2 magnums left in your arsenal, you knew you had to get one of those shots to connect and again get that really aggressive knock from Bullshark. So Evos trying to get their 11th kill on the board and looking like another chicken there, still becoming a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, if they run the table, I'm not even going to be surprised at this point. They're just so much better than everybody right now. They've got 10 kills already in double-digit kills. No other team has even reached double-digit kills today yet. They've done it for the 3rd time. ASN, though, might have a push here from Flip Switch. And 7-6 is also in the mix in this battle. Magic trying to prevent this teammate from coming up the stairs. He can't quite get up there. He backs off, does Flip Switch.
Trying to move around and trying to make the shots at the same time. Mazik with that AKM from up close. The teammates are in reinforcement if he needs it, but it seems like the other teammates trying to move in X-Gamer as they were fighting so much outside the circle. They're gonna find really the punishment now. Evo's getting very much the reward they were looking for here, getting all those kills coming in from the blue.
This is just ridiculous. He just controlled his spray so well, knocking 3 members of CO, I believe. I think there's 1 member of CO who managed to get through that, but Bullshark, just the DP, such a strong gun in PUBG Mobile. The recoil, like you said earlier, Joel, very easy to control, and these teams really know how to take advantage of it. We've seen a lot of other teams, not just Evos, using it very effectively. Now, Evos has their eyes on TN. The other teams are outside of the circle. The circle has gone southeast again. Stays on Evos once again. This is just Evos' day. They can do no wrong. Not only are they a really strong team, but they're getting a lot of circles going their way.
Really, the critical circle is what we always want to emphasize here. And X-Gamer only lose Lou, but they're going to have all 3 members surviving, running from that blue. Took a lot of damage, but they do come back to nearly full health on all 3 members. So their next plan here, they have to go all the way down to the south in order to get to the next circle, see if they can do that.
Yeah, ASN having their best game so far of the day. They're still in the mix. We saw them just get a knock. Ernie's out in the open looking for blood. He has got that Mark 14, multiple crates from Evos as well. They're very aggressive with those. Whoa! Priest comes in here, finishes off the kill for his teammate. Really nice push there from ASN. Good teamwork. Really well timed to come over that wall right as his teammate was shooting.
You see that Evos is still trying to join in this action, trying to get more kills as the fight was going through, and Ernie up front, trying to go for Team Rocket, and ASN gonna get shot out by Pinkies on the other end. And we see all the kills coming through Ernie, trying to get those frag grenades, hoping they would hit.
Yeah, Bullshark has taken damage. Jay-Z has actually been knocked here for Evos. So a little bit more difficult than usual for Evos. Bullshark not quite able to get that AWM shot to land. He's got to move now because the circle is closing here, trying to prevent that member of ASN coming out the building. My goodness, he has just a sliver of health. The fact that he had those painkillers popped there kept him going.
It really is. Just a one bit of a difference in terms of that shooting. DP doing a very good job of getting down to the ASN member in the end. And TN, they're still alive in this one. 3 teams left in this one. They're going to get third at the least. So once again, very, very quiet, but still make it to the top 3 once again.
Yeah, all the credit in the world to TN, who has played a very smart game. They are one of the best positioning teams we've seen here today. Here goes Evos. They're just rolling through X Gamer. They're just going to do this. They don't even care. They're like, okay, you're stuck there. We're coming to finish this game. Evos moving in for the kill. 1 member of TN down. There's only 1 member left. They don't know where he is because of the smoke. They're trying to find this, and they have done it. Evos runs the table. 3 chicken dinners for them today. What a performance.
Are you serious? Literally, what are we supposed to say? Literally, look at all these points coming through. 10 kills, 18 kills in the end for Evos to pick up the 3 consecutive chicken dinners on the day. Group A absolutely dominated.
This is nuts. This is just absolute domination. I mean, the lowest amount of kills they had in a round was 18. That is crazy. That is crazy. And no other team even came close to doing what they did. I don't even think another team got 10 kills in a single round. This was just absolute manhandling. I am just blown away.
It's really just Evos and the rest of the pack. That's what it's been all about.
It's so crazy. I mean, all the credit in the world to TN, who was an amazing positioning team. They were rotating so effectively. RU Noob got a little bit in trouble there when they came across Evos, picked a fight with them, which probably unintentionally, they probably didn't realize it was Evos at the time. And so they went out pretty early. So their top 4 position in a precarious state here. CO with a little bit of a better finish. ASN was kind of in the lower part of the rankings. So we'll see if that, that position there, I think they got 3rd in that game. So we'll see where that takes them.
But in the end, Team Narcos getting 2nd again. Kind of goes back to the round 1 where they did nothing.
Yeah.
But still able to get 2nd place once again in this round 3. Should secure their spot into the finals.
I think you're right, Joel. I think they're going to be one of our top 4 teams. But guys, we're going to take a quick look at some highlights. So let's get into that. Curry, this is that Molotov. This was so funny. You don't see Molotovs that effective sometimes, but that is a perfect situation to use one. That is a small room. The fire spreads very quickly. APR doing a good job knocking out Team India there. Team India in danger of falling out of their top 4 position. TN here on the defense against Autoloot. Really impressive stuff here from them to survive a push, get a few kills, and then move on later.
If they didn't do that, they wouldn't be 2nd place again. So very good job of Fluffy to get that down for Narcos once again.
Yeah, exactly. And this was this great moment by Dalchit where he basically takes out Curry Eater all by himself. I believe it was only 3 members, but he was the only member up for his team. Impressive stuff. So that AWM headshot by Bullshark. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of bull of some kind. But here's Cycris doing a great job. ASN showing some teamwork there. But here it is. Evos just comes in and cleans everything up here. And Bullshark with a sliver of health. And the rest of Evos collapses onto TN. My goodness, Joel, this was unreal. Unreal.
Just what a day. We knew Group A was going to be intense, but not to this extent. One team literally dominating the entire party.
Yeah, I am just flabbergasted. I can't speak enough about Evos' play. Their positioning was fantastic. They're great at centering in the circles. Their sniping, unreal. Their stability control with guns like the DP and the AK, which do a lot of damage, very impressive as well. Each one of these members of these teams was, getting 2 or 3 knocks at a time. Whenever a team came within range of them, they would just swat them away like they were flies.
And it makes it look so easy doing it. You have to talk about getting the wins is important, but how they get it is always the big part of that story. And Evos, every time they get the story, it makes sense as to how they got to that position, how they got to the winning form, and how they became the chicken dinners winners every single time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they put on quite an impressive performance here today. There's no way that they aren't the favorites going into the finals. I don't think we're going to have another team that's going to come in here and run the table like they did today. I can't fathom that that's going to happen. This team is absolutely a team to watch out for, not only in the Asia region finals, but in the world finals as well. I'd be shocked if they don't make it to the world finals.
From Group B and Group C, we're going to have from tomorrow and the day after. Do you think any team is going to rival the skill that we saw from Evos?
We do have a couple of big name esports teams showing up. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but tomorrow, guys, tune in because There are going to be some bigger name esports teams, some esports teams you've heard of from other esports that are going to be playing here in the next couple of days at the PMSC. So get ready for that. I don't want to spoil it, but maybe we'll see one of those teams be able to rival EVOS in their skill.
And I just don't expect the same amount of domination we saw from day one. It's been an absolute of a cracker, and we don't know what we can expect from them in the future. But they're going to be going on to the finals for sure. But the other team, that's still a question mark.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get to the standings here very soon to find out exactly how this plays out. We're going to talk about EVOS a lot because they just were so good. It's hard to not talk about them. You know, what's really going to be interesting, I believe TN, you know, we talked about this, they're probably going to get through. The third and fourth place teams especially, though, are going to be very close. We're not exactly sure how that's going to pan out. So I'm really excited to see. We're doing some calculations. Bear with us. We'll get to it very shortly here. We just got to make sure we're getting all of our ducks in a row, make sure our calculators are all correct. We're double checking our math. You should always double check your math, kids. I can't wait to see how this pans out.
And we know the first place for sure. We know the second place probably going to be Narcos, but the other two teams, it really was a close matchup altogether. No team was really out of it at any point in the game.
Yeah, there was a lot of teams who kind of showed up there at the end. You know, it felt like CO was going to be this team that did really well. They always were getting some kills, but towards the middle of the game, they weren't quite able to get it done. But let's jump into the standings now, guys, and see how this panned out. Okay, so these are our bottom half of the teams. Not too much changed here. These are mostly the same teams. ASN jumped up quite a bit with that third place finish. 76 Gaming had a nice finish there as well. Alpha Red, that first game really hurt them with 110 points. They had two relatively strong, games at the end there, but just not quite able to get it done. This was a team we kind of looked at from the scrims, but today just wasn't their day, Joel.
All the more, these 10 teams, along with the teams you'll see now, Team Burnout, coming from Narcos, RUnum, and X Gamer, teams that very deserve this lineup will go to the finals and very deserved for these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. RUnum sneaking out an impressive performance there. They were quietly getting through. I believe they must have ended up like 4th or 5th place there, had gotten a decent amount of kills because they had a very good round 3, securing 3rd place for them. X Gamer with that huge last 2 rounds to come through in that 4th place. Hong Kong kill stream, disappointing for them, just not quite able to get it done in that last game. Now those 5th to 10th place teams are so close, but these top 4 teams really did prove that they are a little bit above the others.
And when you perform so well in round, we'll talk about our carpet Omni, talk about Hong Kong doing so well in round 1, but falling off in rounds 2 and 3. That's the reason why they were not able to get to that place. So these 4 teams very well deserved here.
Yeah, this was an impressive performance all around from those 4 teams. I mean, obviously EVOS was light years above the rest of them, but these other teams did quite well. I think, oh hey, we have a sponsor. I want to talk about Galaxy Note 9. Samsung, they sponsored us. Thank you so much. This has been such an incredible day today. An amazing PUBG Mobile games. You guys can download PUBG Mobile on the Galaxy apps. This is such a fun game. I love watching this. It feels so natural when I watch this game. When I play the game as well, it's actually quite easy to move around, and it's very intuitive. And I may be a little bit, not that dexterous with it, but compared to keyboard and mouse, but I'm getting there. I got a few kills on my first game, and I got carried to a chicken dinner by some other player who just wiped the table with everybody else. But it's a really fun game, guys. Thanks again to our sponsors. This has been an amazing tournament. Tomorrow will be Group B, same start time, 9 p.m. here in Shanghai, where we are at. The next match will be Group B, 20 more teams going at it. I can't wait.
It should be an exciting one. Group A has been explosive to the extent of that word, but Group B, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, we don't know what to expect. We're not going to spoil the surprise, but there will be some big names in esports coming at you tomorrow. So, guys, that'll be it for us tonight. Please join us tomorrow for some more Star Challenge action. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody.
Different ways to each his own, no matter which place. Listen to a man, don't judge every word. We don't need stereotypes. Come on, get my fire around. Like the chicken in the ground. GYWO. it wild. We like to do it wild. We like to do it while we are wolves in disguise. When the night is over, we are still around. When the sun is rising, we wait for the get your weapons out. Get your weapons out. Get your weapons out. No erasure on my radar. I know you share my point. My point of view.